that is a jewel or a moon or whatever the mom said it was.
Good morning. Good evening. Whatever time it is.
Were you being like realistic with a joke there, or do you really think it was morning?
No, that's from
It's
the
been a weird
Truman
day.
Show. He goes, "Good morning, good evening, good night." If I don't see you.
I think you have that quote backwards. If I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
He says evening and night are the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
okay.
evening would be like, hey, it's dinner time. Good night would be, I'm going to bed.
Whatever works. So today,
It's prolific.
we had...
Looks so different. Look at these braids going on here.
our hair is different today.
We went hiking today. That's why we're so late. So we're tired.
Yeah, we're
But we
late
wanted to be here for you guys.
because long story short, we went hiking. This is like really crooked, that's bothering me. We went hiking. Short story is we went hiking. Long story, oh, here we go, that fixed it.
Things because this.
Long story is Evie works for a 4-H cooperative.
It's big in North
Which is like
Carolina.
non-profit stuff. So her job thing, she had to go out and like review a hiking trail, I
And
guess.
I don't go outside because I'm
And
a
they
nerd.
chose her to do it because she never goes outside. So it's kind of like a joke with her.
Yeah.
And we were planning
Many
to do
people were laughing.
Portal 2 and try to finish that out because we're I think a little over halfway done. A good amount. We only have probably 2.5 hours left, 3 hours maybe on it.
That's optimistic.
Optimistically. But we only played it for what, 4.5, 5 hours? 4 hours?
Close to 5 hours.
Close to 5 hours first time? Yeah, so we were planning to do that today.
It's going great.
Obviously, we're tired because we went hiking.
Yeah.
It was nice though.
It was great.
It's good to
It was
get
good
outside.
exertion, but
Yeah, I don't get to
I
get
got
outside
tired
a lot.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be flat, and then we came up on this giant hill. My little sister and I were like,
Yeah, we're gonna do
hill
this.
time. But then you always forget to come up the other side of the hill on the way back. So that was very tiring.
Actually, and also, if you're going up a hill and down a hill as part of the path, it means that you're going to have to go both ways twice. There is no, it's all downhill from here.
Mm-hmm.
It's steep uphill, and then it's downhill again.
Yeah, so we're going to just relax and do a little opening of our beautiful...
Because we haven't
Wow.
opened cards in a while, so we're doing another Cipher pack. This one
And I
features...
currently have Fire Emblem Heroes open on my phone because
But
I need to... Today's the last day for one of the banners, so I'll just be drawing over
you got here. Like, I'm hoping right now for Joshua right here.
Joshua is
Love him.
love of our life.
He's a great dude. But this one is the extras pack, which is things that have like warriors or Tokyo Mirage sessions,
Yeah.
sacred stones, and then echoes, which is where alms comes from. So we'll see who we get.
So I can try to. I actually have my little catalog over because I wanted to draw for today on this app the banner for the Path of Radiance like Valentine's Day banner, where they have Path of Radiance characters in like different outfits. Today's the last day for it, and I forgot.
The Valentine's Day one.
Yes, and I want
You
to
do
get
that.
Soren
I'll tell my.
when he throws flowers. It's very cute.
It's adorable. But I'll try and do a story thing like you do every week.
I love it. But here's like if you're looking for here's the Joshua of Heroes. So you can see like his face is super pale, but there's not a lot of
There's not
stuff in his face to start with. And then here's him. I have him in his summer outfit.
I wish I had him in his summer
where he's
outfit.
just chilling.
He looks like a pirate, and I love that.
He looks awesome.
He's a great dude.
He is an archer in this outfit. He's his damaged artwork. So you see
That's
a little
cool.
bit of
I like how he always has to have his face covered too. It's just like his thing.
yeah, you can see a little bit of like when we pull a lot of these cards, we're like, oh wow, the art style is really cool. Because a lot of them have like the really, really old art style.
Like this is his updated art. His older art was literally him from the chest up.
Yeah, like this looks very good. Oh,
And we even
also
dark
we're
again.
just gonna have
Mood lighting.
spooky mood lighting throughout
lighting.
the evening. But I think
But
that's
we got
okay.
a light on the cards, so that is what
Yeah.
matters.
So we're gonna go ahead and start opening those.
I was gonna tell our minor story here.
I'm gonna show you Lion. Oh, I have to turn this up now because
I was
it's so
gonna
dark
tell
in
you
the room.
about the place that had no cheese.
Well, first I just want to show you guys Fallen Lion I got, who's also from Sacred Stones. Look how beautiful that man
Purple
is.
energies really complement
Look how
magic users so well.
Look how beautiful he is. Here he is, damaged. Come on.
It's like a
Come on. Tell me that's not beautiful. I love him. He's a great unit. Anyways, Eva's gonna tell you her story. I'm gonna try and pull for Soren. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably just do it like on the screen while she's talking.
Yeah, well,
Just so we can all kind of see what's going on. Just ignore me throwing stuff.
yeah, it's okay.
I have a bad habit of that.
I'm sure you're going to go and give more detail because you do that. You have more energy when you tell stories than I do. But so we were going to look to sheets to get drinks. and we walked into one, and you know it's not a good sign when there's papers on all the like order machines. So you know it's pretty basic. They were going and being like, okay, what's out of stock here? So you know you expect some things like certain buns, maybe they're out pretzels or something that they don't have, like especially.
They're always out of pretzels. It's like
Always
McDonald's always has the ice cream machine broken. It's Mordecai from Path of Radiance.
There's always something that's out of it. So like they have this piece of paper and they like have a couple of items, and then one of the items that they're like, we are out of American sliced cheese.
We're like, that's not even cheese. Just put plastic on it and melt it, and everyone will believe that it's cheese.
But it's more like the fact that, do you know how many things require cheese? Like, if you were a fast food place, you're not getting far without cheese. Because,
well, our dad told us this story one time. He went to Hardee's by our house, and he got a pub cheese sandwich. And the name of the sandwich is pub and then cheese. 2 words, 1 sandwich. They gave it to him, just the pub. There's no cheese on the sandwich.
Only a bar in there. There was no cheese.
Yeah, they gave him just a whole pub. They're like, here's the D to the land. Have fun with your pub. Hope you're good with business. He's like, where's the cheese? Where's the cheese?
It's like the beef thing with Wendy's.
Because they were just out of cheese, but they didn't tell him. They just were like, here you go. Here's your pub. Here's your bread with no cheese on it. And he's like, it's just a cheese soup. It's like if they give you grilled cheese and they're like, here's the grill, and you're like. I just wanted some cheese, man. I just wanted some cheese, dog.
But that struck me as very funny, just 'cause I'm like, oh, you're out of cheese. It's not even the end of the day. How many things can you make? No, we were there at like 5:30. I was like, how many things can you make in a place that serves like breakfast sandwiches and hot dogs? How many things can you serve without cheese?
Well, not their cheese-filled pretzel. I'll tell you that. They could serve a regular pretzel. They could serve.
But it's like it's a common
fries.
It's a common thing you put like in a cheeseburger or on a cheese dog or like it was just weird. So we didn't go to that Sheetz. So we went to another Sheetz. So that's why I got this like random drink you're gonna see me drinking at some points. I have no logo on it.
One.
Yeah.
We made. If you've ever been to Sonic, the like drive-through Sonic, it is. Can I have this, please?
Whoa, strobe lights.
Oh,
it's a party up in here.
Flash warning. I didn't know.
That's what I didn't want it to do. That's work.
Cool, we're having a party up in here.
I did not know that would be happening. That's cool.
And we will put on party music then.
I wish. Right now we have our chill music on. Katria.
So yeah, we're just having a disco in here. We decided we're in that mood tonight. You know, every once in a while you gotta do a throwback. But that's just great. I'm also one of those people that will look at like a lava lamp or something that like changes colors slowly over time, and I'll just stare at it for a very long time.
None of them. Sharp pull, green or colorless? I have a lot of both.
Probably green.
Okay. Green is Grail and Mist, and red is Ike.
It's a better chance that
they're all within the banner. I'm trying to get Soren. It's whenever I want to get a certain character, I always am able to pool not that character. I'll have I'm like, I want just the one red person. I got Mist. I got Mist from the banner. Every time. This happens every time to me. That's why I have so many characters. Like, cool, yay! But I also wanted either Ike or Soren. Not.
It's okay.
Because I have a lot of green units. That's okay.
I honestly got her and I got Ike the first time. And
she's pretty cool.
I got Soren on a different. You already have one of her?
No, I have the little.
I can't see the exclamation
point. Sorry, I don't know.
It's not bouncing high enough.
It's like,
why is that? It should have more exclamating.
Yeah. So I got Mist. That's exciting.
Yeah, she's good too.
We'll do this. For
but like when I did this the first time, like I got Ike and I got Mist and I got Soren out later.
I'm gonna do this till I hit 50. Then I'll just stop and do it later. Oh, this is a good one.
Got blues.
Actually,
blues. Probably since I broke your pity bonus, you should pull the other greens just to get yourself higher.
Okay, I'll do it after this blue.
But so we go into the Sheetz to go and make our different drinks and stuff like that. She's got her thing. So I'm going to gain like a cappuccino thing because I just felt like a hot drink. And you know they have like 5 different flavors. So I go start with Reese's one and burn my tongue on that. So I didn't really taste anything after that. But it has like, you know, the strong peanut butter thing. I'm not really big for the strong peanut butter thing. So I dump that out. I go and fill it up after that with the cinnamon roll one and then the dulce de leche one. And then we throw like a bunch of creamers in it just for good measure because I clearly
my sister and I took shots of the creamer. I'm not gonna lie. I had the Hershey's caramel one. I would drink that again. It was actually really good. It was like just sweet chocolate milk.
But so the thing is that yeah, regular Soren,
which is okay because I can keep merging them. I have one right now that's level 40, which is like max.
You merge
And
them.
when you merge them, you can make them plus extra levels. He is 3 stars.
We can one day be plus 10 Soren buddies.
Yeah, right now I think I can have plus. I have like 2 more Sorens. So now I have 3. I can get 3 Sorens.
Make him strong.
He'll be the strongest Soren I have.
We should play through Path of Radiance again.
Not a good game.
It's a good game. But, I convinced one of
It's
my friends.
not the
I convinced
cutest
one
game.
of my friends to
'cause
start playing
is
it.
a GameCube game. I think one of their first ports to 3D.
Yeah, some people think it's easy.
That's fun.
I didn't think it was easy. It's not.
Not for me. Well,
It's
we
not
also
like-
played it when we
It's
were
not
children.
Conquest, but it's not. Well, still, like, you know. I admit that Sacred Stones is easy, even if I really enjoy it. It is very
Birthright's
easy.
easy.
But I'm like, I don't think the Path of Radiance was distinctly easy. Because none of the characters are quite min-maxed like Sacred Stones were.
Please give me a Soren. Nope.
That's not
Okay, one last round if I get some blues, and
So-
if not, I'll just.
I try
Do
out
it
my
next
drink
time.
thing, which at this point is like 4 different flavors. Like, it's 3 different flavors and like 4 other creamers. And I give her, I'm like, what does this taste like to you? And you wanted to say exactly
Okay,
what it
so
was.
she tasted. She's like, "What does this taste like?" And I said, "If you take a Reese's Easter peanut butter egg, it has to be the egg because I think in the egg the ratio of chocolate. I don't know this guy. The
Shut up.
ratio of chocolate and peanut butter is off.
It's different because they're trying to make
different
a
than
different
the
ratio.
normal shape. Normal shape
Yes.
is good because it's got the edges where there's extra chocolate added on. The egg, the peanut butter, typically there's too much. So I said, take that, but then you put it in a drawer and forgot about it for approximately 3 years. So I had a good year to expire, and then 2 more years to just kind of fester in its own juices.
That
So we
sounds
tasted
so wrong.
the chocolate. You know how chocolate gets that taste when it's old? It has like almost a weird flavor to it. A weird,
Especially if
like,
there's a
cherry
strong flavor next to it, like peanut butter.
So you take that and you're like, the flavors are all weird and ugh. That's what it tasted like. You took it has to be the egg, the Reese's peanut butter Easter eggs, and let them 3 years sits in a drawer, and then you dipped it in probably warm skim milk, not 2%.
And again, to remind you, I dumped the Reese's out of here. There was none of it in the cup when I started putting more cinnamon in it and more dulce de leche in it, and then 4 different types of creamers. Somehow it still has the most, like, major taste out of all of those is peanut butter. And I'm just so not sure how to feel about that.
I'm just gonna pull this red and then I'll be done because I'm not gonna get Soren. I don't have enough orbs to keep pulling.
One day you will get him. I got him, but again, like,
In order to get Lion, I had to pull 40 different times.
see, he's there to lessen.
No.
He's there to lessen your sorrows.
I do. Noel is my OG original.
We know you
Fire
called him
Emblem
your
crush.
husband on our first stream.
I love Noel.
After you called Leo your husband. he
Leo,
didn't have
I
a shirt.
literally married. So.
Well, you were more like because he didn't have a shirt, and so that was the one thing my friend picked up from our stream was like, "Hey, there's my husband without a shirt."
Yes, because Leo normally has so much on, so I can see his chest. I'm like, ooh, taking it in.
Oh, I
taking
also
it all
tried
in.
Takis for the first time.
They're okay.
I want to try the full size ones because these ones are small, and I've watched Markiplier eat them. The weird way he does that, and
Where he licks them and spits them out again.
that's just weird to me. Not weird in like a weird way, but more like in a sanitary way.
Weird in a weird way.
No, because I get weird things. I'm
I'm
like,
gonna
that's
open
just,
this while we
that's a
chat.
sanitary thing for me. I'm like, oh, someone has to touch those afterwards.
Yeah.
So, the thing is that I go and I smell like bug spray. I'm like, I want to try the full size ones. So I've seen him eat those, and they look different. So I'm like, these ones are just kind of tighter, so they're not as as soft as they could be. Okay, these are right down. These are my upstairs scissors. Okay, so I want to try the full size ones, but I'm like, it honestly tastes like a hot buffalo Frito with like a lime aftertaste. And hot buffalo is nothing on spicy ramen.
No, I don't think these are spicy. I think their flavor is okay. I think it just tastes like a generic spicy food. Like I have.
So here's the special ones we got with
spicy
today's
veggie
pack.
straws, and those are way spicier.
Got F from Enrique. This
Oh,
one
really?
actually is a holographic one here.
Let me do this real quick while I get there, because now I know the approximate ratio of the card. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
Golden ratio.
Golden ratio. It's not what I wanted to do. I do a little select.
Don't you love when you're doing like stuff like this on the thing?
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone's gonna fight me. I'm giving you the secrets to Twitch.
I don't even know if anyone's even watching it.
The
So
secrets to Twitch are do your stuff live, because who cares?
yeah, really.
Nobody cares. just wing your dog. I want to make sure you guys can see the cards the best you can, which means I have to like zoom in super far. Because I know our
I'm
beautiful,
zooming in,
beautiful
aka
faces
I
are
move
on
my
the
chair
way.
forward.
I'm zooming with my chair.
With my body.
There you go. So hopefully you can see them a little
I said
bit
that
better.
this is fuego and that there's other ones. Does that mean there's one that are spicier than this? Because I didn't find... Like, they heat your mouth up, but again, I torched my tongue, so I couldn't... I was just looking for a sore feeling.
I have them, and I can eat another one right now just to make sure I wasn't dumb the first time. There we go.
Here.
So hopefully you should be able to see now.
You try one, I'll try one. I've been eating them the whole time.
Welcome to our
I enjoy
eating
it.
channel where we sit down and we
We haven't
eat.
eaten anything today, and you know it's our thing to go and eat in the first like half hour straight. It reminds me of a Frito.
Yeah. I was like, it has definitely the salty like tortilla chip crunch.
Mm-hmm. And a hot buffalo Frito with a lime kick.
But yeah, spice level is good. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being not really super 100% spicy.
Why would you do it that way?
I think 10 spicy would be. What's the spicy thing you've ever eaten? Mine would be probably the first time I ever had sundubu jjigae at a real Korean
I
restaurant.
mean, I don't know any names of things. Probably the one
'Cause it
time
was-
you put sriracha on top of the noodles.
Oh, well, when I put sriracha on top of the shin ramen noodles.
I'll have.
Spicy being really spicy. These I give them a 5 or 6. You can definitely feel it in your mouth. And you're like, oh, spicy feeling.
I would even give it a 4 just because
I'm
I've been
not-
eating them.
You see,
Like,
I'm not
as much butter.
Dying. They're not sticking to my throat, but I think that's a good thing. I appreciate that. The spicy veggie straws I have in the other room, I think are spicier only
Yeah.
because the powder sticks to your throat way more, and it's way more. I have to eat them with like ranch because they're a little uncomfortable.
I would relate this to eating a hot buffalo Frito. Like, that's the level of heat. Hot buffalo I like because it's more about flavor than it is spice. So my tongue burns because the middle of it is the part I actually literally burned with heat. So I can feel it on the sides of my tongue, but not the middle of my tongue. That's not distracting at all.
Yeah.
But I would say this is about like hot buffalo heat because that's more about flavor, which is great.
Mom said crunch, 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 crunch. I see it came up on the screen. Oh, I'm so good at this. There we go. Look at me put my little chat box on the screen.
You have to get our food quota in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can't call it a social eating channel.
Can we even? No, we're officially an eating channel. Okay, so we have beautiful Rika. Very beautiful. Very nice. I'm thinking about next time getting us like a white camera, see if I can plug that in somehow. She's probably saying crunch, 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 crunch because you just love to aggressively chew. I think it's okay. Here's my nice holographic.
This is also our nice background here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Our mom remembers that this
She
was our
saw
great
this and
background.
she thought this was like some diamond moving candle because I changed screens to this screen to test the camera. It's just a cup of water.
It's a cup of water.
It's just water,
Look,
but different.
it's in the other camera now.
Whoa, camera chins. Woo. So you can see the size of the card in comparison to my big bulbous head.
You can see the card.
I know, I'm doing size.
Also, a reminder, Eureka and Ephraim are siblings.
These are twins. They are twin siblings.
Why
Here
do
he
people
is
ship
with
them?
the Lance. Why do people ship Sam and Dean Winchester, who are brothers? It's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing. I just started Awakening this past weekend. I'm definitely obsessed with it.
It's a great game.
And I keep getting Ephraim's Lance. Right now I have 2 of them, which are like sometimes...
Big creative brain.
Big creative brain? That's me. My brain is so large. You get special items from like past games because it's cool nostalgia.
Hey Google, turn off all action figures.
1 second.
I'm gonna start cutting cards.
Hey Google, turn on all action figures. Okay, do not unplug this, please. Thank you.
I'm actually gonna cut these ones from the top because there's not really a design on the
That's
top
fine.
as there is on the bottom. Anyway, so you can
You
continue
cut
that.
them wherever you need, dog.
I'm gonna start cutting packs. You go on and keep doing that. Whatever you were doing.
That was not good much. I started playing
Tell us
Awakening.
about
I love it
Awakening.
a lot so far because so far the only Fire Emblem games I've played through on my own where I was the controller. I've watched
Yeah,
the
she's watched a couple.
the only ones that I've played myself where I control the unit by myself has been Birthright and Revelation in the Fate series. Once, party time.
Those are emojis, right?
Yes, Unce, Party Man, Unce, flex emoji, Oon's cat with sunglasses, party time.
I love text speak. It makes so much sense.
I don't know what it's saying, but okay, I trust you. I've played those two, and then I've been playing Heroes on my own I played the first 3 books of the story.
Well, you also have that you played Warriors before you played any of those.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Warriors was my first Fire Emblem game
experience
ever
that you could control.
That I can control. Watching wise,
that's where you met all the Fates people.
I've watched a majority of Sacred Stones. I've watched the Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn multiple times when I was younger, mind you. The big ticket there is that I was younger. I don't have a very good memory.
Maybe we should play through those games again to match them up. I'm like, I don't remember them being distinctly easy.
No.
I remember them being hard, but I don't remember them being easy.
Yeah, it's just like
Easy's like Sacred
Stones.
Stones.
Even right now, Awakening, I don't think it's up there on the super hard spectrum, but I've died 4 times.
Not yet.
I've already died 4 times, and I haven't even really started the story yet. I don't even know the main plot line yet.
That's the thing that I thought was interesting about Awakening, is that people would say Awakening is broken, but they never said it was easy. They said it was broken, aka you can totally... Well, if you pay attention to it when you get to the kids, you can go and mess with their stats, or even reclassing gives you kind of infinite levels. So you can break the game with how much grinding you can do. That doesn't necessarily mean the game is made to be easy, though.
No, I'm having a hard time because I love these characters. That's, I think, my hardest time is figuring out who I'm going to use.
Your struggles with your axe dude.
Yeah, like one of them, Vike. He's an axe guy. Very funny. I don't typically use axe units, especially, they always give you a fighter, which is an infantry axe wielder. Rinko was that for Birthright, except she was a club wielder, which is just a less accurate axe.
They really didn't have any axe people, did they?
No. All their... Well, it's because in Conquest, all of your units are mounted, more or less.
Makes sense. Have you seen their country?
And in Birthright, all of your units are infantry, but they're all fast classes. So they're all swords people.
I love to picture that Birthright people are like just dancing around in bare feet and the Lotus Blossoms, and then you have Conquest people like there's just
fire
infinite
everywhere.
Legos everywhere. So like, yeah, we gotta get a horse, a dragon, whatever. Let's get. We can't walk around here.
Infinite Legos. Yeah.
That's the most painful thing that's besides maybe a D4. A D4 would hurt more than a Lego.
That's the pointy one.
Yep.
I think anything
drops
that you sit on or stand on.
Yeah, let's talk about sitting too.
Sitting
as long as we're talking about
it. So in like Birthright, I thought was very easy for me because it's an easy game. They give you a lot of really good units, and
I'm gonna start with just one half.
You're not fighting anything that you don't already kind of have an advantage over. In Revelations, it was a mixed bag because some parts of it I was like, oh, this is easy because like I know my units and I love them. I didn't play Conquest, so I did have the disadvantage of not knowing what units to pull from Nor. The easy thing is you can kind of pull most of them, and they're already better than their Birthright counterparts.
Don't say you didn't know. I literally am a walking encyclopedia. You could have asked at any time.
I could have, but I wanted to forge those relationships for myself. Just because.
I think you mean forge, not forage.
I said forge. I just did something weird in the middle.
Okay, you can forge relationships too.
I like swallow.
You can go find them, go out foraging for friendships.
For my friendships.
I mean, isn't that what Fire Emblem is anyway? You go into a battlefield, you find a random guy and say, "Hey, join me."
Yeah.
And then they're your best friend by the end of the game. I think forge actually works better. But Revelations, I would definitely say, is a mixed bag. Is the best way to play it. Not some really good things, some really bad things. Anyway, so here we got the art of our thing. Kind of cool. Honestly, even Rowan looks good in this. I mean, if you can make him look good.
He's from Warriors, and he's...
You should know for our previous series.
Which we will find one day. We'll just sit down, we'll just finish up all of our games, honestly.
Yeah, and we're like one thing away from it. It shouldn't be too far.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you can name the people since you were so smart.
This is Larachel.
Larachel?
It's L', then Rachel with an A in front of it. Rachel. So I don't know how to say her name. We always called her Lacharile when we were kids, but also we were children.
I go back and forth.
I didn't know how to read, so.
Yeah, let's just not get into that.
She is a mounted unit. She's on a horse. She's a troubadour, I think.
Yeah, she's a troubadour.
An early troubadour. She's got green hair, very cute. And she would be essentially a healer on a horse. Ooh, that's from Path of Sacred Stones too.
Yes. I
don't know who that is.
That's Vanessa. You can tell because
She sounds familiar, but I don't know who
the one
that
who
is.
falls in love with Ines.
Did they get married?
Yeah, she has a serious crush on him.
Oh, does he
And,
have
like,
a crush on her?
Well, he's oblivious, but Tana knows, Mulder knows, and her sister knows, Cyrene.
That's
So
cute.
it's
I'm
like
glad she gets
it's
married
one of
to
those things.
Ines.
Like it's one of those things that's kind of like if you don't pair them up, then that's just mean because like so many people bring it up. At that point, they're like, so are you gonna mention this at some point? Because Tana's like, yeah, I know we're friends, stuff like that, but can you just stop looking longingly at my brother and just go ask him out already? Because he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna notice.
I like Ines. I'd marry Ines too. It's another jerk archer.
Well,
I have a type.
Jerk snipers actually.
Jerk snipers.
He's the better one though because his is literally just having way too much pride. But it's not like he's intentionally mean to people. Sean is. Sean just hates everyone. That's pretty much how he rolls.
I like him too. He's a good
So,
human.
trick question: girl or guy?
Guy based on the armor. There's no boobs. No obvious. Whenever they give the girls armor, they love to do this thing where they're like,
It's an
"Hey,
age, though.
here's your armor, and here are your giant boob
I'm probably
armor
go male
plates."
too, but I'm like, it's
You know
hard
who
to tell.
it is?
It's someone from Echoes. I vaguely remember, but I never played all the way through that game.
So she's just a Pegasus Knight, Vanessa.
Okay, and
I'm gonna stick with my thing of male because if you look, the breastplate isn't breasty enough for a female. And I think
where are the breasts in my breastplate?
where are the breasts? You really can't see because this camera doesn't zoom. I'm gonna see if we can get a better camera for next week.
After we worry about getting a better
we
microphone
have
slash
cameras,
bigger.
but I don't know how to set them up because we're doing everything by USB because we're on a really old PC.
I think before we get any new equipment, we need a better computer.
Fair enough. If you can see it all, his eyes are very sharp, and they don't have a lot of dimension to them.
We can argue that for Soren too.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of times girls have more eyelashes. This person doesn't, so I would like to believe they are male.
Anyway, so
This is Amelia.
yeah, it's good.
She's an armored unit, right?
She is.
She's on a horse,
She's one of
right?
no.
No? No horse.
She comes as a recruit,
Close.
which are the most broken classes ever, because they have insane growths.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like how whenever you get a villager, they're insanely strong, just because they start so weak, but they just massively grow.
I did use Mozu in my first playthrough of Birthright. Did I use her in Revelations? Absolutely not. There's so many other units to use.
Yeah, but she's really good.
Well, because out of a team of 12, 8 of them are already taken from the nobles.
Yeah.
So you really only
I
have
actually use her just the fact
a
that
couple
like,
more options.
and we'll get to that later. We were discussing like how the things are kind of imbalanced in face based on characters. Just because of what kind of characters you can get, because she can give her opinion now. She knows a little bit more about Awakening, but essentially the idea is that
I know up until like the 5th or 6th level,
Yeah.
so not a ton, but I know that
very often.
I know that Marth's a girl. I don't want to spoil it if you don't know, but at this point, girl, I shouldn't be spoiling Awakening for you. It's been out for a while. This is Myr. She is the mannequin.
And I would say that out of all the designs for the dragon people, I love hers the most because her dragon form looks like a dragon, not just a humanoid something with dragon feature. It's a full-on four-legged, big-winged dragon. It looks like a dragon.
I like that because in Heroes, they bring the dragon form from each dragon thing from their game, which I really do like because Myr's is visibly different. Because for the Manakee, they have like the basic Manakee for enemies and stuff. It's just a sitting dragon, smooth, got the wings, roar. Hers is different because it's got, the scales on the wings and it's got a different face and it stands differently. It's on all fours, which looks much more offensively, intimidating
It's more
than one
European
that's
dragon.
just sitting here that's like, meow. It's like, it looks, think of an Espeon with the way it sits there. It just kind of sits there and then it like attacks you. This is more like a Mighty Hyena in a stance.
I love my Hyena. I actually made a character based off the one we had in XG. Based off that and based off your Halo. So,
I like Mighty
Just let you know, I made more characters.
I was thinking about, too, when it comes to, because I just got the Beast unit for Awakening.
Yep.
And I was thinking about that. The reason I think Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, the Tellius series, sticks so strongly in my mind is because their Beast units aren't the last of their kind. And I think that's why it's the most successful in terms of Beast units. It's because you always get one, and they're always the last of their kind. You get one in their Guardian. You get one, and then there's 3 evil ones. There's always less than 10 of their kind.
I will tell you, the first dragon person you get in Awakening just kind of shows up, and she's like, hey, what up? She's not like a guardian, right? She's just like, I'm really old.
That's
it.
Always that. I'm a kid, but I'm 10 million years old. Okay, good for you. I'm an adult and I'm in my 20s.
You know, reward the best, I think, because like she looks young, but unlike the others who'll be also super cheerful, she's just kind of shy, and I like that. And also, I like her wings. Like most of them, they look like almost angel wings. Their energy, like hers, look like you look at her compared to any other mannequin, instantly you think dragon,
and
instantly.
I like that she doesn't go back to just a full human form. I'm not a fan of dragon stones. I rather have a gauge. I think that makes more sense because
but
you don't
have to do dragon stone. Do it like her.
Yeah, I don't like dragon stones and beast stones. That's just a personal preference. I don't like them as a weapon type. I rather you have like Lagoo's gauge. I just think it makes things more challenging strategically.
You gotta pay attention.
Exactly. So I think that's way more interesting, and I think because it's an RPG strategy game, I like having more strategy. But I was saying,
and also the enemy can use that too. You have to pay attention to the enemy's gauge.
Yeah, which is very
important. You don't kill them as soon enough.
I like that when she comes out of her dragon form, she still has visible dragon traits, which is something they lose a lot, and especially like you have Tiki, you have Naui. Like those are the only two I've seen in Awakening that are coming up besides the kids. But I was like, when they're done being a dragon, they go back to being a unit, and then that's it. They're an infantry unit who has a stone, just like in when you're looking at Fates.
Yeah.
I don't think you just have Corrin, but it's like you don't really have infantry unit that becomes. We even have the amiibo we can show you right here for reference. You wouldn't be able to tell that she could use a dragon stone unless you knew the game because she's got this sword. Here you can tell she's gonna be your beast unit because she's got dragon aspects to her.
I will say the
Tellius they have facial markings.
Oh yeah.
But there it's more so. It's more okay that they don't have a lot because of how incorporated beast units are to the game, how integral they are. Because you have entire countries of these people, it feels much more intimidating, and like every unit you get is special. Because there's so many of them, the fact that one of them is willing to join you feels way more special than I have 25 characters and one beast unit who's the last of their kind. Like, everyone's the last of your kind. How's your kind special then if you're all the last of your kind?
And I want to re-emphasize the thing I was saying before is that the enemy can be there too. Like, there was a lot of Path Reigns where you're facing just a bunch of ravens, or you're facing a bunch of Feral 1 tigers. The fact that the
tigers are very hard to beat.
Yeah. Not as much as dragons, but they definitely are a pain. But that's the whole thing you had to pay attention to. And that was just the Feral ones. And Rain Dawn, they could shift back and forth. So sometimes if you attack someone and you didn't kill him, he had enough gauge to hit you the next turn. So it's like you had to pay attention because it wasn't just you could use his power. Nope, they were throwing it at you too.
That's what I like to commend that a lot for the strategic prowess required to complete good portions of those games just because they switched up the mechanics on you.
I really like that sentence. That was very
sophisticated. Thank you.
That was very sophisticated sentence.
Yeah, I like that. And I hope that in the next couple games, if they do continue on using beast units.
Kill me tomorrow, just letting you know. If I wake up dead, it's because of that coffee drink.
Okay. Doesn't bother me. I hope they do change back to, something a little different, something a little less formulaic.
I wish honestly they had units like Morrigan though. That's actually why I like the Feral versions that you have, the Fallen versions for Corrin, because they have their half-dragon traits, and also that's why I like playing Corrin as a Smash Fire and a Warrior's Fire, because they're not just a sword person. I only play she, so I'm just going to say she. She has all these dragon traits, like using wings in order to get herself an extra boost, or hitting people with her tail, or just in general, claws and stuff like that. Like, things that are going and showing, the biggest thing is the wings. I think that's cool that they use that for extra lift. Why didn't we have that before? But I'm like, I like these things because they go and remind you, like, oh yeah, she's a dragon person who supplements with a sword, not just sword person who could also sometimes turn into a dragon.
Yeah, because I just on Heroes recently got Kana, which is their child. I got female Kana, so.
Can you guess who this guy?
Leon. I recognize him from Heroes.
Yeah, you know what he is?
He's an archer?
Yes, that's obvious from the fact that he's holding a bow.
He's gay.
Yes.
Yeah, he is! Woo!
He's the one who's in love with Valvar. Who just does not understand that.
Can you get them together in the end?
I don't know. I didn't beat Echoes. I need to go back and do that.
I really hope he's got purple hair.
I really need to go back and do it, but he's very much like Niles, but just without the over teasing edge. But he has a very similar attitude.
I would do anything to get him.
He's
with
very
his happy
flamboyant in that sort of subtle, cruel to be kind way.
I would do anything for him.
He's great
to get his man.
Anyway,
I'd risk it all.
Got monsters in this one too.
Oh.
Remember these things? The things that had the snakes on their hands? They would go and shoot the like magic thing at you and you turn to stone?
Nope. But good thing that you
That was like
do.
the only way I got Seth killed once.
I remember the floating eyeballs.
Yeah, they're Gorgons, that's what they're called. And so here, so you got some
Darius.
extra... Yeah, we got Darius. That's what's
Darius, who never appears in this form in-game. Only in extra maps.
Which is weird that they programmed it that way.
Mhm.
Why not use it?
Yeah, he's only a boss in extra maps, in history mode maps. He cannot be seen as a boss in this outfit in the main game.
It's really weird. But that's also why I wanted to get this pack, because it has some extra characters from other things. I think that warriors and heroes need some appreciation sometimes.
I like Darius.
Anyway, so how about this one?
Pearly green hair girl. I don't know.
This is Cyrene, this is Vanessa's older sister.
I would not have gotten that.
Yep.
I only know our favorite characters from Sacred Stones. I don't know everyone.
You're pretty close though, half the time.
Anna?
Yeah, but what from which game? You only have 3 choices, so it's not too hard.
I want to say... Actually, I want to say Fates.
No, she's
She's an archer.
She's from Warriors.
From Warriors?
Yep.
I thought she could be an archer in Fates.
I mean, maybe she can, but she's from
I don't know.
Warriors.
I never used... I don't even know if I got her. From Warriors, huh?
That's what her unit looks like. She's an archer, but you have to collect all her mementos in order
She's
to
a
show up.
she's a trickster. She's not.
Oh, worth it! Really, she's not. Not for another archer character, essentially, but...
No, you already have 2 good archers, and the archer type is exactly the same. Garrick.
Yep.
I know him.
Who's a mercenary dude. Or whatever gender this is.
Our guy again. Are
Call me
they?
a guy.
Are they?
Are
We'll
they?
just call them the they them. Are they them? Oh. Is that Ines?
Yeah,
Is that my man Ines?
Yes. Some reason in more
My man Ins?
So I think he's in his pre-promoted class because he has a different outfit.
Yeah, he doesn't have his coat on. His
Well,
fancy coat.
It's more
and
like he
his
doesn't have his
pant-
undercoat. He has a shirt. He has a coat on top of like another coat underneath.
He looks so soft in this one. His
Looks
eyes.
like
He's not. He doesn't look as mean in this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He doesn't
I'm
look
glad
as,
that you can't see it at all.
he doesn't look as scowly, and he looks more casual, like he could be just a mercenary. That's why I say he looks like an archer as opposed to a sniper. He has a cool coat though. You gotta give him that.
Love him. Do
Okay.
love him. Very cute. We'll leave them here so you can kind of see them a little bit while we open.
I just was trying to see who the other person is in this. I think this is Amelia.
Amelia and someone else.
Looks like
Let me see.
Pegasus Knights.
I think it's just assorted.
And see, from the thing on the bottom, I could say this is Mars from Warriors. Because it has the thing on the bottom instead of the Shadow Dragon logo.
Interesting.
So it means that this is... Well, this thing at the bottom here is for the extra games. So if Mars is appearing in it, it must mean he's from that game. I don't know who this is, but I first thought it was Ileana. But I'm like, wait, no, that's not her. It's one of the extra characters, I think.
It looks like Altina. Actually. Her hair's wrong. But just the way she wields her sword looks like it. I have no idea who that is.
This is Python.
I recognize him because I think his hair is dumb. I think his hair is stupid. It goes like this.
He's very apathetic. So he's kind of like the
I
one
don't
that
like him because he keeps trying to kill me. Because my team on Heroes, my main team
I think everyone tries to kill you.
2 dragon people, a magic user, and then a dancer.
Dragon as in Wyvern.
Yes, I have not dragon units. I have Claude, who is a mounted unit he rides a wyvern, and he is an archer. And then I have Camilla in her royal outfit, so she is a healer on a wyvern. Then I have Ninian, who's a dragon dancer, so she turns into a dragon, but she's a dancer. And then I have Fallen Julia, so she's a magic user who's possessed by some demon or something. I don't know, I didn't play her game. Which means I'm very weak to archers and physical attackers. And that guy rides a horse so he can move really far. He always tries to kill me, and it's really annoying.
I thought it was interesting. He joined the rebellion, but he couldn't care less. He's just kind of like, well, this was better at staying at home.
Yeah,
My best friend's here. I need to make sure he doesn't get killed.
I'll rebel, I guess. I don't know. I don't care.
See, all these warriors ones have the thing on the
that's
bottom.
what's her face.
Liana.
Yeah.
I actually do not mind her at all, honestly.
She's
for,
okay.
For a Fire Emblem Lord,
She's bland. And I think that's okay because that game doesn't need a strong story. I think if they gave it a strong story, you'd almost be distracted from the rest of the game because it's supposed to be a fighter game.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be a Fire Emblem
Maybe we can play the
RPG.
Persona version of that.
Oh, as soon as we can, dog. We gotta finish the. Wait, let
Right.
me.
We have to finish
organize
Royal.
these. We're so close to finishing Royal. We've just had some weird weekends. You know how it goes.
As in, we just sat around and watched videos.
No, we just did other things. You sat around, watched videos, then I played Skylanders with Olivia. You know.
It varies.
That's Ross.
Yep.
Is that Ines again?
Yeah,
See,
but
there
you
he
see
has his he's got the undercoat on now.
Yeah, that's why it looks different. Like, you see how his arms bare in this one, but isn't in this one. Like, the coat just looks fancier in this one. That's why I would say this would be him as an archer, and this would be him as a sniper.
And he's got like a much harder face.
Well, and the other thing, his hair is a bit longer in this one, so I almost wonder if this is a younger version of him.
I like that it's like a mullet. He's so cute. I have to pee a little. I have to pee.
Do you need to do that?
Let's see. Look at Ines. When we're done with this pack, I will. I love him. He's so pretty.
Okay, so we got, this is Bowie, and
Oh, I've seen him before.
in Echoes, the Red and Green Knight were mages.
I like when they do it that they're not horse people. I really liked how in Face they made them ninjas.
And now we're at Ines there.
Beautiful, beautiful man. Not as much as Scrub. Yeah, Joshua. Here, push it over to the middle a little
And
bit.
based on the outfit, I would definitely say that is him in like a royal version.
He is.
He has a feather in his hat.
Spoilers. He is the Prince of Johanna.
Which, by the way, you know how sometimes you go into something and they hint,
He
oh,
looks
there's...
good in that. Let me
You know-
tell you, it's hard to see because it's a lot of red. It's easier to see when it like the lighting isn't like this.
But you know how sometimes when they go and they'll hint at someone special, like, oh, royal in disguise, or maybe a dragon in disguise, like they'll hint at something special. Nothing for him.
No,
You
don't.
literally grab him and you don't hear from him unless you do supports
Mhm.
until his major moment comes. You can get killed
And
anywhere.
he's a whole prince of an entire nation.
And he's-
Just him, no other heirs, no other family.
He left
just
because
him.
he didn't feel that he was worthy of it because he didn't know the people's hearts. So he left. And also part of He-Mets was rebellious. I just don't think my mom has time for me, so I'm just going to go out and be a rebellious teen. But, like, whenever you have a hidden royal, usually they hint at it, there's something special about.
Yeah,
His was literally
like,
nothing.
They got a crown on, or their clothes are a little fancier, or they talk a certain
It
way.
literally happens.
They have a retainer with him. He's like just some guy in a desert. He's like, I got a sword,
Well,
and I like to gamble,
and
and
the
that's like
best
his.
part
That's him.
is that you see the queen who has red hair and who has mainly black attire, but it's like, you didn't pay attention when you thought, like, in
because
hindsight,
you've
it's
seen
so obvious.
Everybody has different hair. You got blue royals and some girl with green hair, and that girl's blonde, and
That's
this
what I'm
guy's
saying.
got gray hair, and
He's,
you got
he's
red
literally
hair.
the only one with long red hair and a black, mainly outfit, who says he's from the desert. So it's kind of like, yeah, in hindsight, they really were laying it up for us. We just weren't paying attention because we're like, oh, just random murk dude.
We were also children.
Well, I mean, it's like,
Child.
it'd be like if you went and looked in Navarre and said like, oh, hey, he's gonna be a prince. You wouldn't.
No,
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I
That's
do
what
love
Joshua-
Joshua.
That's what Joshua
Joshua
was.
is your Navarre, except he's got a way different personality. He's more. It's Lissa. He's got. He's very gambly.
Gambling.
He's just a funny guy because he's not your typical quiet mercenary. I'm a mercenary and I'm here and I just
He's
hire
no
me for
Navarre,
a job.
Loku, or Guy, or any of the others. Like, no, he's got plenty of
He'll
personality.
talk. He'll talk to you. Don't worry.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
also take all your money.
Oh yes, he's serious about gambling, but he's also really good at cheating. So
And he's also very much in love with Natasha. I
yeah.
love that.
that's the thing.
He goes very soft for her. She's the blonde healer from Grotto, and she's just.
Because she's very reserved. She's not shy. She's very reserved. So she's
And
kind of like.
he opens her up, and she helps him calm down.
Mm-hmm.
They equal each other out very, very well.
Not to mention, he gets like spot. He gets spot because spot mirror. He gets shot,
Hey,
and
what's
she's
up?
like, "Hey, I'm here to help you." And he's like, "So you were watching?" He's like, "Yes."
Yeah, they're like
like she's not ashamed. She's like, "Yeah, I was watching. You're doing pretty good out there."
I love that they're like, in their game, I feel like that's one of the strongest romantic pairings you can really go for. Everyone's like, you really can't put them with anyone else because they're too sweet with
We
each
are
other.
talking about Joshua. You are correct. We just got him as a card.
Joshua and Natasha, yes sir.
Best
Because the
you
Fire-
killed him, by the way.
That's rude. In Fire Emblem Heroes, they have a little manga thing, and they have a manga, which means it's pretty much canon, where
Pretty much.
Joshua is like, if I step on this trap, like, you'll be here to heal me, right? And she's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, and she's like, but it's a trap. And he's like, well, then if it's not, I get to see your beautiful smile. And then he, like, turns around, and there's, like, every other healer from all the other games. They're like, we're ready to heal you too. Step on it. And one of the background's like, just do it so she'll smile. They're like, everyone loves Joshua and Natasha together.
Well,
Come on, how
Joshua's
could
just
you
got
not?
great. He's he's your Han Solo roguish sort of person where
He's your
he's-
Han Solo. That's just a good one. He doesn't make all the right choices, but you love him anyway because he's such a strong.
And he's much less of a scoundrel than most he does actually is just cheap. But most of the time he will give the money back if the person finds him out or he feels bad for them. Like he literally, the 2 times he did that, one time he did with Ines, who just literally kept begging because he didn't want to lose, and Joshua eventually's like, dude, I know you're loaded back home, but maybe don't keep giving me all your money. Maybe realize there's a trick going on. He was like, no, double or nothing. You're weak as you don't flip that coin right now. And Joshua's like, okay. So when they get the last support, he's just like, dude, I've been cheating this whole time. Take the money already. And he's like, no, that's my price for being weak and not noticing. Now we do it straight. And then Joshua's like, all right, cool.
You got money, I got money,
And
whatever.
then the other one was Archer, who he did with, and he gave him his money back because he was not betting money. He was betting training time. Joshua was looking for a sparring partner, and so he bet it in order to get Archer to train with him. So, he was cheating, and then it got to the point where Archer was just like, yeah, I don't care that I lose anymore. I want to just train with you because, we're friends at this point. Josh was like, that's not fun. I want to do this because it's gambling. And so eventually he's like, yeah, I've been cheating this entire time. And Archer's like, I'm honestly kind of hurt by that. And he's like, yeah, not best moment. This guy, Archer's like legitimately, he's like, you didn't. He's like, yeah, I kind of did. Been doing it for weeks, actually. Because that's just how Joshua is. But he didn't mean anything bad by it. That's the thing that really defines him differently than some of the other mercenary characters, is he's not money driven. Because, again, he is a prince. So it doesn't really matter to him. He's looking for connections, honestly. He wants to go and mess with people's heads. But it's nothing mean-spirited about that. He's just like that. And he also likes flirting with Natasha, obviously, so.
Love him.
This is from Echoes. I don't know this guy, though.
He's pretty. I like his hair. I could probably fall
I would
in love
hope
with
that
him
he was
if
a
I
good
knew
guy, but he'd probably be a bad guy just because based on his face.
Yeah?
He just looks like a bad guy face, you know what I mean?
Oh, he actually is. It's hard to see, but he's got dice in his hands right there.
Cool, another gambler.
He's a little gambler.
More gambling.
Got yourself a gambler.
So much gambling. Okay, we got another one. Marth. Here's
Moth.
Warriors Frederick, because this is him as a Guardian Knight, I think, because he has a double armor shield.
I love how they took everyone and gave them an extra class. It really just adds on.
Not to mention, especially when you're like, I have a lot of armor, we can put on more.
More armor.
That's such a strong horse.
In Awakening, is Frederick already in second class?
Yes, he's a great knight.
Okay, I didn't remember if I was second class or not.
This guy, don't know him.
He's from Secret
Wait.
Stones.
That's Kyle, I think.
From Kyle and who's the other one?
Kyle and Ford, the red and green knight.
Ford? I forgot. We actually had, when we were younger, we had squishy lizards. Like those stretchy, squishy
I think he's
things
a
you
great
get from the
knight
dollar
because
store.
there's horns
And
on
we
his
named
horse.
them Kyle and Ford because we had a yellow and a red one. Mine's name is Ford, and it's the red one. Evie's must have been Kyle.
It was Kylie and Fordina.
Mine was just Ford.
Yeah.
Yours might have been Kylie. Mine was just
we
Ford.
shortened it because you.
I don't like Fordina. I like Ford.
That was
Ford.
That was what it was
Ford
originally,
tough.
I'm telling you.
Built Ford, tough. Upstairs, it's still on my shelf. Actually, I still have it.
So anyway, that's him as this is a
That's from
repeat.
my
So I'm just gonna put that
pen.
one over there. But that's him as a great knight. I'm pretty sure.
Looks good.
And speaking of dragon things,
Host.
this is our holographic one. Is
Murder.
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 Murder going into her dragon form.
So let me pile these bad boys up.
Did you want to take a bathroom break now?
Yeah, I'll take a bathroom break if you want to talk about Murr a little bit.
Okay, I'm
We
going to
can
actually
talk-
continue
we
eating
can
these
talk to
Takis
Spot for
because
a minute.
I have these. I tried them now. They good. I would like to try the full ones. I was thinking about these yesterday because Markiplier had them. And, like, I try and go and put him on the background. But, seriously, he's just so hard not to pay attention to because everything about, especially, his older videos you can do that. His current ones you can't because the editing is just so good, like with Lixia and all the others. You just gotta watch it. It's just good stuff. So, I mean, they're not really that hot. I expected more. It's just like eating buffalo things. It's not bad. This is coming in through the audio, though. I'm sorry. I don't know why I have such a hyperactive jaw. And people tell me that for years. I don't really know. I've always chewed things really loudly, but it's not like... Some people do that and they're trying to annoy you. or something like that, or the chew with your mouth open. I don't know why. I just intensely clench my jaw for some reason. But I don't know why. That's a weird thing. So I should be talking more here. It's going to be mainly me eating these things until Malin comes back. Hopefully it'll be like 5 minutes. So if you have anything to say, Spot, now would be time to say it. Our lovely, lovely chat. Also, because these things have the lemon in them, or the lime. It looks like a lime. It's weird because one hand your mouth is burning because of the spice. But on the other hand, you have the lime in it, which makes your tongue feel all prickly. And you have like a super sour flavor. So I'm kind of like, it's like my tongue's numb, yet my tongue is not numb, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's weird. I don't know how Markiplier can just suck on these and then spit them out again. Because I don't feel like you get that much flavor in it. You know? I will admit, unique flavor. It's not something you normally have on a corn chip. It's just interesting. Because people are so in love with the snack. It's kind of weird. It's like you have to be like, it's like flaming hot Cheetos. Like, you know, you look at it and be like, okay, is it just a hot cheese puff? So why is everyone so absolutely in love with it? Which it could just be that people like spicy stuff. I kind of get that, but I'm like, it's almost like with so many spicy things out there. And my mouth's all watering because of all the spice. There's so many spicy things out there. Like, why would you go and like be like, this snack, this one snack, this is a good thing. Takis, we're down for that. Flaming hot Cheetos, we're down for that. Why not buffalo pretzels? You know, why not some sort of Japanese snack? Why not? There's a lot of things, you know. Now my mouth's all hot. It's been an hour and we've been through 3 packs. It's going to take us a while to get through this, so we keep talking about everyone. But I'm sure once we get a lot more repeats. Sorry there. A lot of things today that are just messing with my internal systems, and it's going to be a fun time tomorrow, let me tell you. But we're going to try and get through this thing, but like, if we keep stopping and talking, we're going to be here a while. But if we don't do it for more of the repeats, then it'll probably be fine. Good, my mouth was on fire, so
I thought you were just being quiet the whole time. I was like,
We need to get more water, but you weren't here, so.
Sorry. I go get you water. This is now a one-man show.
Well, I kept, like, drooling, so I'm like, I don't want to talk while that's happening.
Sorry, I had to go to the restroom. Because I've been drinking a lot, because we went hiking today, so I've been drinking a lot of water. I do! Do you like that? I figured that out a little bit last week, like Thursday maybe. So now it's easier because we don't have to read off every single chat. We can just kind of talk. It's kind of more like having a conversation, unless like you say something, we read something, then we respond. I think it helps conversation flow. And so when we watch like recaps of this, we have like our VODs, and we know what we're responding to, like because it's gonna be on the screen. I don't have to worry about reading it out. A little fancy tech stuff I learned. Yeah, Evie's getting some more. She had her her spicy
It's not even
Taki
like a spicy
and
thing.
fuegos.
It's not really even that bad, to be honest. It's more just a matter of I burn the middle of my tongue, so the sides of my tongue burns, so it means that that's the place where you're drooling more, because that's where you're like, spit is like on the sides of your tongue. So I was just like trying to do that without spitting on things. So I was like, I need to get some drink.
So here's our nice mirror.
Since my wife is being crazy, that's fine.
Our Wi-Fi's been crazy too, but our dad just fixed it like this week, I think. So hopefully, we still have our red bars as normal in terms of our like streaming quality. It's like, yeah, your streaming experiencing issues, homie. At this point, if our stream wasn't experiencing issues, I would be worried. Who's this?
Remember him?
His little rat tail looks familiar.
He's
got a little rat tail.
Colm,
Cold.
the one who is in love with Nemi, the tearful archer.
Aww.
It's super sweet, and she like just cries a lot. And he's like, "Oh, don't do that.
Let's
You're gonna make
be
me feel
real.
bad."
Sacred Stones is all what we need in our life. It's just a nice game where
It's very wholesome,
it's
but not without danger.
everything is romantic, and that's really what I need out of Fire Emblem. Sometimes you get it. Well, because
You just need the
Tellius, they're like romance. You thought there's gonna be romance?
You know
in
they're
this
gonna
game?
like each other.
That is so funny. Here's war. Here's racism, and here's also the corrupt church. Have fun. Hope you don't die.
You got the classism.
Yeah, I was like, here's everything that could possibly be wrong with this
You're not
nation.
more than I do not speak to.
Here you go. Have fun. Bye. So Sacred Stones is a nice little break.
This
from that.
one's
Oh, I remember him.
This is
Oh,
war-
he remembers him.
This is yeah, you killed him too.
Anyway,
Sacred Stones
so
it's a good game.
it's
It's a good game. So this is her room warriors, and you can kind of tell because it looks like Minerva's in the background.
Really?
Well, it's a green dragon with red armor. There's only one unit that's a green dragon with red armor. It's definitely from warriors. It's just I think that's
I guess that would have to be.
yeah.
But yeah, Sakura looks really cute. Is that no? It's Lion.
Lion. It's close. You were just talking about how much you like Lion earlier.
I love Lion too. I think Lion is also very cute. I think him and Efron should probably get married.
And I will say that the chat playthrough is tragedy because every region lost its feature mode. Tragedies happen because no one could prevent them. You slaughter people. You could have reset at any time. Or maybe the times where I say, don't do that, you're like, I got this, and then people died.
Yeah, you can't kill anyone.
That's not being a tragic general,
This
that's
is-
just being an idiot.
I think that's a better example of having a ton of royals in your team is Sacred Stones. In Fates, I think you have so many royals, but they're all from the same country. And so I feel it feels a little bit more stagnant than having a bunch of royals from a bunch of different countries, you know? what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and well, because the thing about Fates that's
Just
interesting is that there's
Ross.
no... yeah, Ross. There's no world. It's just the two countries, but we don't know the world because we see beyond the two countries, the borders. We don't know
Resetting
what
is
the heck's
for
going
the
on.
week? I've only been playing Awakening for 3 days and I've already reset it 4 times.
Sends the person
Because
who
I
just
keep-
got into Fire Emblem how many years ago?
True generals don't get second chances.
True generals get it right the first time.
Oh! I reset. I went into this one level. I wanted to use the shop, but there's this enemy that spawned there that was level 15 and I was level 6. So I did reset it 3 times because I died 3 times. Because they would kill somebody on my team. It was Vike. They killed Vike 3 times.
Poor guy. So that's a guy that Leon is in love with in his youth.
I hope they get married. Wow, Noel looks... no, sorry. I see purple hair and I go, no. This is clearly Lion. I have Lion as a unit. His armor is 100% Lion because Noel doesn't have armor. Lion has armor. He looks so anime in this.
See, that's a better view of Anna as, that's her warrior's outfit.
His gloves are so interesting. I wish he didn't have to die.
I know, isn't this suck when that happens?
Luckily, I have him if he succumbed, so he didn't have to die. Path of Radiance this month, and I'm excited to do hard mode, and they're setting. Yeah, full with that.
I mean, see, Sacred Stones was frustrating. You played on hard modes. The other one, I'm just kind of like, okay, that's funny. You're funny.
In in Path of Radiance, there's probably enough units you might be able to get by.
Yeah.
You do get more units. However,
There are some places you will literally get soft blocked on if you do not pay attention. Namely, you know who at the end of the game when you only have 2 units that you can pull into that.
Whisper in my ear. I don't know what it is.
Okay. That one is
Yes.
literally blunt based. If you are not paying attention, you will die.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
no
know that.
resets means that, hey,
Lion
game's
and
over.
Afro will be cute. Thank you.
Yes.
Someone support. I think because
They have the dual unit.
they're so they have a dual unit in
Well, you
Heroes.
can look for it on my game. if you
So
want.
cute. Love it. I think because it's not like I don't feel like sometimes you're like I feel like I'm forcing my ideas on this character. I feel like that will come along very naturally because you have his sister who goes with a man.
It's in one of my
So
teams,
it's not
just
like
scroll
you're
down.
you're setting up both of them to be, whatever they need to be. I think because they grew up together and they were friends together, they would have grown close like that, and therefore I think a relationship coming out of that feels very natural. And then Enrique and Seth can get married and love each other.
There's cannon fodder.
Yay! This game sounds perfect for me.
What we talking about again? I lost track.
Hey, it's my Claude. Here on Evie's Fire Emblem game, I just turned it on. That's my go away. That's my unit right there. You can't see because our brightness is all the way up.
It's adapting to the brightness of the screen.
That's my unit right there. That's like my team leader. Tutors don't use signatures.
Well,
No!
I already gave my sick burn to your.
No, don't do that.
I already gave my sick burn to your true general statement, so I consider that a win, and we'll just call it that. A truly good tactician doesn't lose anyone.
Okay, let me scroll down. Who did you pull? I don't know this girl.
This is Claire. So she's one. Now she looks like this, but her personality is so much like Laricella, Electra, whatever. Her personality is very much like, or even like Maribel. She's very much like Maribel.
She's like,
So you may kiss the lady's hand, but she's not uppity. She's more just very of that prim and proper birthright. She's not uppity though about it. She's just very like that.
There's so many people in here. I gotta find them.
So we'll move that to there. I'm trying to keep in the ones that you actually might notice. Do you recognize this guy?
Nope.
That's
No clue.
Garcia, Ross's dad.
Well, when you say their names, they sound more familiar.
He trained as a warrior Renesis and was someone that Seth looked up
this
to.
is Carl. I have his sister Carla. Or he's like Carol. I don't know if he's
Carl.
I don't know if he goes by Carl.
Carl.
Carl, like Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron.
No, we
What
have
do you
another
say? You
then
should
we have-
find on things you said a minute ago. Oh,
Then we
it's
have-
okay. It's okay.
have
Yeah,
Valbar
it's because
and the
our
shiny.
internet is bad. So.
Oh no, I'm just pointing out my superiority to you. That's all.
Yeah, no. Our internet's bad, so just it will be a delay.
You want to sort those from your side of the screen?
Yeah, I will. I'm trying to find my.
That's fine.
See, I just found them. So here we go. I'll just go through the sacred stones while I'm in. Here's Eureka. Looks very good.
Very nice armor.
Great. She's like royal or something. Here's Ephraim. Very nice. Here's Ephraim as a lord. Ooh, bougie. Here's Ephraim as a twin lord. Oh, stepping up a notch. Here's Ephraim at Christmas.
Ah, you gotta love themed banners.
Come on.
That's them as a dual unit.
Come on, married.
It's so sweet.
Here's them when they're injured.
Because there's some units that are paired up together with someone else who's very close to them.
They're attacking. A lot of other paired units.
It's cute.
Are canon couples.
And some of them are just randomly put together because you're like, this would be funny.
But this one, come on, dog. Is that Crumb?
It's
My
him
husband, who I have a new developed crush on.
It's him in Warriors.
I have recently been.
But wait, I call
fallen-
dibs on him, and when we're doing that unapologetically attracted to, you have to choose someone else.
No, we can choose.
One Matt Mercer per person.
We can. No! I have so many Matt Mercers. What do I do?
How many do you have besides Yusuke?
At least Yusuke.
That's the one you have.
We can do doubles. We just have to put our reasons in. I think our
I
reasons
have
will be
so
vastly
few
different.
people.
It's
Give
okay.
me this.
No, we can both do it. It's fine. I think we're gonna have different reasons. This is Valabar. This is Man. Here's Amelia again.
I still think you should only have to get to choose Matt Mercer once.
No. What if I choose the Japanese voice actor for Yusuke? Then I can choose someone else. I don't know. I feel like Crom is so attractive in his voice because it doesn't feel like it's Matt Mercer doing a voice. It just feels like it's his voice. Like for Ryoma, it's like him doing Ryoma. You know, Yusuke, it feels like him doing Yusuke, but also kind of more natural. But it feels like him speaking a little deeper than usual. You know. Tana.
Yeah, and Linus' sister.
I used to call her Tanya, so.
Well, it's not hard to make a mistake. This is Faye, I believe. She's kind of annoying. She's
here's
in love
her
with,
in her base game. Yona.
There you go.
And here's Ines, but naked.
Yeah, I don't have his regular form, so I only have him without a shirt.
Look, I like this one so much better. Look at his little pants.
They're longer one leg than the other, and who knows why.
I love that asymmetry. I also just love him, so. Less clothes, more, better. Am I right, ladies? And men, if that's what you're into. I'm down for that too. And non-binaries, if you're attracted to men.
This is going somewhere weird, and I don't know what to do.
See, here's the lion. The normal lion. And then, oh, that's Tana. There's the fallen lion from before. I love lion.
Keep commenting on the cards, Melon.
And here's Noel. What a hottie. Noel's my... You can tell my crush on Noel was real because I fell in love with him in the really bad Game Boy graphics. 8-bit graphics, 8-bit portraits, and I fell in love with him through then.
When Noel was announced...
When I was like under 10.
And he actually got a voice for the first time in update artwork.
It was on my birthday, actually.
It actually was on her birthday. And so I'm like, the stars aligned. So I brought it up to her, I'm like, happy birthday. And she literally had like a complete meltdown, followed by a euphoric response, followed by another meltdown.
I had to lay on the floor for a little bit. He was literally the first person in Fire Emblem I was ever in love with.
And you asked me to replay his voice at least 4 times.
I love him. And now I have him. I just pulled him earlier today. This is... Oh, Kyle.
No. Forward. Yes.
I knew it was one of the two. I couldn't remember the name.
Kyle.
I don't remember.
I don't know who that guy
His
is, but he's
pretty.
like an armored dude who's carrying cake, so I kind of like him.
He's got cake. Look at that. Who needs shirts? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so this is Python's friend. I can never remember his name.
Oh, he looks stupid.
He's just a very... Forsyth. He's just a very optimistic guy, so it's funny he has his apathetic best friend. But I guess that's how it be.
His face is weird. It looks like a Titan.
See, here's the thing with Vanessa. I never realized she had a ponytail until you go and look at her official
I
artwork.
thought she had short hair.
She does have a ponytail.
This is just like Soren all over again. When we first played the game, we thought Soren had just like this length hair, like kind of around Lion. Lion's is a little longer. Lion's is like past shoulders. His is like the length of my hair now.
And then we saw
thought
it
Soren
in
was here.
The 3D model is how we originally saw it. Not in his character art, in the 3D model.
Which is in the 3D model of Path of Radiance, he has a lot of tassels and stuff coming off of his cloaks because he's mag user. It's all in black. When you look at his character art, he wears more olives, like olive greens and like dark, army greens, whatever. He actually wears a variation of greens with a black just overcoat.
The debate between green and black has ravaged the internet, so we won't even get into that.
His hair is, spoiler free and all that stuff. His hair is not just black. It is a deep, deep green with a little bit of it's like if you took a really deep green blue and put that filter over a black. It's not black, but it's not navy blue, which is very important.
The way I would say, you got everyone killed. How's that a question?
Yeah, that's a rhetorical question. Everything you got is killed.
You got literally everyone killed. So it's better. Who is the person that you didn't get killed? No, I would say Soren's hair is black purely for the reason of all the other ones will give you a false image in your head. When you look at it, it looks like black. So I'd rather just say black than say olive green or dark blue because you're going to think of a different color then. His hair is a weird color that you're not going to think of.
2, 3, probably olive. That is this nice.
You killed all but 7 units. And that's not counting lords.
How did you do that? In Sacred Stones, that's supposed to be an easy game, bro.
Yeah.
That's not even one of the hard ones. So I'm going to show you my Soren
Just assume you killed everyone. Let's just assume that. Okay, we got one of Ro in here. Even he looks way better in this art style.
Yeah, I think it helps because it makes him look less...
It makes his hair look less unnatural.
Baddie was killed. Who was the baddie? The just the evil?
No, that was him being in the training tower and doing dumb things. I mean, really, if you kill someone in the training tower and not in the main game, just saying.
That's just you being dumb.
That was you looking for danger. That's not the true general. That's, hey, men, let's head into here. There'd be monsters. I don't know who this is.
What's it gonna play with a picture?
It's red. So it means it has to be from Echoes. But I don't know who this is. Like, I've not even seen... Like, most of the game... It's like,
Along with that...
Yeah, you did seem wrong. Not gonna argue with that. Not gonna argue with you on that one.
Your arrogance.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time I said that.
So here's Soren. His hair very clearly looks black.
And this goes into the whole idea of the color is relative. It's based on what it's next to. You know? So things look darker or lighter depending on what they're next to. Which is why it's kind of hard to tell.
You can see him, it was like, he's wearing black, and he's got green accents and gold accents.
He's got way more gold in his outfit in Heroes.
Yeah. So it's like, it really... In his base game, it's much harder to tell because also the art style is older.
No, I told you that too. Don't even try and pin this on me.
Well, like, if I'm looking at this
I gave you
close,
legit maps.
It's like green... Maybe it's like black with green undertones. It's not just plain black. I'll just say that.
And it's not as green as the other people in his family.
Yeah, and it's very hard to tell because he also uses wind magic, which is a green magic.
So it's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, I agree with you. I don't think it's straight up black like, you know, like, I don't know, like Saffron's or Carl's or something like that. But I don't think it's close enough to be quite olive green either.
Saffron's was brown.
His actually is more like black. His wings are brown.
That's where I got confused.
But it's like, so his is a weird one just because it's like, it's way too close to black, but it's not black, but it's not green or blue either.
It's almost more greenish in his base game, but it'll make sense when you play the game. If you look up spoilers and all that thing, it'll make sense because you're like, okay, now I understand why it's like, if he could have an ombre, if his hair ombre, it would ombre out to a green, if that makes sense, and his hair is just caught in the middle between black and the green ombre. It's kind of caught in the middle where which light you look at it, if he's casting a spell, if he's under a tent.
And he's wearing his black outfit, his purple outfit, his gray outfit, or his white outfit.
His white outfit's the best outfit. I will take no comments on that.
It's the best magic user and design in existence.
The entire game ever.
Hey, here's our girl.
Natasha.
Love Natasha.
I don't know who this guy is.
Good girl.
Natasha's a great healer. In Fire Emblem Heroes, she's very, very, like, a very good unit. She's got really good skills on her, and she can attack pretty strong, which is good for a healer. Giving healers the ability to attack is the best thing Fire Emblem ever did. I do miss when they made
the giant spiders of Sacred Stones.
Yay!
They were poisonous.
Giant poisonous spiders. Sacred Stones really was like, here's some demons.
I will give you the Sacred Stones points. It's the only game still that has that comprehensive of a monster list. Awakening gets close, but no other game has that.
Otherwise, they're just like
comprehensive of a monster list.
It's risen, or it's possessed.
They're all humans, or they look like humans.
It's units you have just blanked out.
Sacred Stones had floating eyeballs, and giant spiders, and zombies, and gorgons, and gargoyles, and moth dukes, which are essentially giant hellhounds, and hellhounds with 3 heads, and dragons. It's like, they had a whole gamut of monster characters. I really, really like that.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Did you get her killed in the level you got her?
She's such a good unit. She's a good support unit. I'm just gonna leave him here.
Because again, she has a sort of sternness about her, but she's very like serene.
Yeah, she's definitely not a pushover, which is really important for our healers.
Oh, those are repeats right there. No, I have.
Oh,
nice. This is him and his upgrade class of warriors.
Ryoma!
What is he called? He's just called Hishin King, right? Like Xander's called Norian King.
Probably he goes from prince to king. Probably.
I don't remember.
Because he's still Hushin and prince in the other one.
Yeah, but it's more like his class starts as Swords Master. I'm trying to remember what his next class. But this is him in his promoted class, so he has the same sort of head orientation that his dad did.
Look at his hair. His hair is good.
He got nice hair. Oh, cool. Look at that.
Joshua!
I really like that one. I like the emphasis on the coin, because it goes really into his like whole gambling thing. I like the design of that one.
I like his voice lines too, because
he's
a
cool background.
Carrot a wager. Wait, I'm gonna pull up his voice. You keep going. I'm gonna pull up his voice lines. I'm just gonna keep opening. I'm just gonna leave it open on this.
Yeah, you're right. It might be a guy. This looks like the same dude from another person.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the same one.
The only reason sometimes it's hard to tell with these ones is purely based on if the rest of them is ambiguous. Face isn't as important as the fact that the rest of them is.
Could also be a girl.
I know, it's so hard.
Who's this character in the background?
I don't know.
Somebody with a mask on? I don't know what that's about.
Anyway, that's Garrick is our holographic for this one.
I love talking.
That's a witch, I believe.
Oh, word?
It's a guy. I don't know. I gotta go back. Yeah,
obviously they're a healer, I guess. I thought they were a magic user.
Well, they are a magic user. Magic was weird in Echoes. That was the one where you, in order to cast, you had to give up HP.
Where do you go to get their voice lines?
Just for the character.
Catalog of heroes. Well, where do I go to get their voice lines? This is just the catalog. So I can't, like,
Just tap him.
it's not here. It's okay, I'll go somewhere else.
Anyway, so we had Garrick as our holographic on that one. Calm, let's see. Love the coin dynamic. It looks like he's ready for life and death. Yeah. That's how Joshua lives his life.
That do be him.
Okay, we got another one of Garrick. Who's the Lord of Echoes. He seems like a cool dude. Another one of Tana. Oh hey, we got Elisa in her warrior's outfit. She got her little, like, glowy ball she hits people with.
She's cute. Here you go. Okay, this is Joshua's voice lines from Heroes. Sorry, there's music going too, so sorry about it.
Test your luck. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. Hello.
Let me turn off my music, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
turn off.
so loud.
Your music is overpowering literally everything else.
I didn't know the music was so loud.
Until it was. And now it is.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
You're gonna have to turn your music back on later.
I know.
You're gonna forget.
Don't worry, dog. I will have to fix that.
You will forget.
No, I'm not, because I'm gonna open the game and be like, why is there no music? And then I'll be like, oh, I gotta go fix it. There we go.
How about a small wager on the toss of a coin? I choose tails. It's heads. Today must be your lucky day. Guess you caught me cheating, huh?
I love him. That's him in his regular form.
Love Joshua.
His regular guy.
He's such a. Literally, the reason from the very beginning I played Heroes was to see the characters from the old games have updated artwork and to hear their voices. I play for no other reason besides that. That's probably why I've stuck with it so long, because I still have characters I need.
I love that he has the rings too.
Again, we have someone
I
holding
love that he
cake. What
wears-
is with the people holding cake? This one's holding cake too, and she's not from a regular game.
She says she's from Secret Stones.
No, she's the sayer, like the other guy who's armored doing holding cake. She's holding cake too. It's weird. Oh, here we have, speaking of it, this is him in his upgraded outfit in
baby!
Got a nice crown. He's got an awesome horse with his really weird looking mane that's all wild and crazy, and I really like it. His horse looks awesome. Let's just say. His horse
Love
looks
Xander. I love Xander.
This,
I'll play voice lines for some of
I'm
them.
not sure who this is. They're fighting a dragon, and they look like they have a staff.
And an eye patch.
Yeah, so that's why it can't be Bowie, because he has an eye patch.
Maybe it's Bowie, but he pulls a Dimitri and gets an eye patch.
That's another one of Kyle. Out here, our holographic.
No, this doesn't look. No, he doesn't have an eye patch. His face is just in shadow.
But Lute's
Lute's.
are holographic.
I don't have a loot.
Magic units look pretty good with holographics because there's a lot.
Yeah,
to reflect on.
a lot of stuff to work with.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. This thing cracks.
Let me know voice lines and I can pull them up.
This is, I think, Cyrene. She looks a little younger. This one's the counterpart to the other Alm one we have. When this one is with Celica. You have Milla in the background. This
lady.
Yeah, this is the dragon lady you thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is Kyle. Yeah, this is Kyle. Oh, and here's Nemi, the one that you couldn't remember. She looks like a Ruby character, Jasmine. Like, she looks kind of like Ruby.
Interesting.
That's just my take. Rowan, his upgraded form.
He looks good. He looks good. Look at that.
This is another guy, I think, who's in Celica's route. I think he's with Valbar and Leon. I cannot remember.
Nemia?
Nomia?
Nomia?
Oh, is that because you got her killed too? Is that a pun?
Maybe we just said her name wrong.
Nemi?
I don't know.
Her name is spelled N-E-I-M-I. So I'm like, I don't know how else.
N-E-I-M-I?
Or I am.
Noemi? 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 Meant to type Noemi? Noemi? Noemi?
There's no O in her name.
Noemi? Noemi? Noemi?
Name is it M?
We'll look it up later.
E-I-M-I, or the I and the E might be switched.
I have no clue because I don't remember her that well.
Dozla?
Dozla, little elf man. He's definitely from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Come on.
he's like the dwarf.
Put an exclamation part, accidentally put
It's okay. More vowels, the merrier.
He said he really liked her.
He killed her anyway.
Be like that.
That guy again. Oh, here's another one of Ford.
I like his ponytail.
It gives him a more.
Did you get any of your characters married or
No.
not? Because you just killed them all.
All of them died. Didn't matter if they were married. They all died.
Got killed
So
with a sneak
this,
attack I never saw coming. Killing it. By
Literally.
that I mean your units.
This is, I think, the girl I told you about before is Wendy.
I don't know if she's a
The
healer.
one who has the Wrath Staff.
Did a
I told
one
you
ship
about.
ready for Gillian and Cyrene.
Yeah, he did actually manage to get Gilliam to the end. That was one of the people he got all the way through.
I think those were the two. I hope so.
Yeah, you killed her, though. He's just gonna be alone for the rest of his life.
Let's listen to some more voice lines. Do you want to hear Joshua in his summer outfit voice lines?
Oh, so that's gonna be wonderful.
The beach, you say? Tourists are such easy marks.
Oh, love him.
If only my people could witness this summer sea. My mother would have loved it.
Aw.
Care to test your luck? No double-sided coins, just a good old-fashioned swim race.
I'm sure you find a way to cheat that, though.
I'm no stranger to heat like this. My homeland's practically a desert after all.
No, it is a desert.
It's-
You live in a desert,
But I
my
like,
guy.
they have the Sacred Stones map on the bottom of the box. That's so cool. I love
Do
that.
you guys want to hear Natasha's lines too?
Sure,
I have Natasha's my main healer right now, outside of Camilla, who's my 5-star healer.
If we are able to save and rebuild Grado, I don't care what happens to me.
Sweet girl.
The Emperor is not himself. You all must be able to see
Lion.
that.
Talking about Lion.
They're actually talking about the Garde, but
Lion's dad.
My name is Natasha. I was a servant of the people at Grado's Imperial Temple. You are saved.
That's what I hear all the time, because she's always healing my
because
unit.
she's always healing your dudes.
Oh, it's so bright, sorry. Crank Gaming plays his live, in case you guys are wondering.
Good for him.
So he's doing a new career, but I don't know what that is, so I have to watch later.
Who's doing what?
Oh, he's doing a new career. Here's Lion. Like, fallen Lion. Love of my life.
I am the Demon King. I know nothing of human frailty. I am supreme.
Love.
Do you really not know me? How poorly educated you are.
Do you have any other...
I will now grant you all of your darkest wishes.
Who is the one who has to deal
Looks
with the
like I
demon?
was wrong to disregard the value of human emotions. I've had my fun pretending to be human, but the need for charades has passed.
You can tell I use him a lot as a unit, because, like, he has, like, all of his skills busted up, and he's got sacred seals on
Do
him.
you have any other
And he's
stuff,
got-
like the Lords?
I can see, I think I pulled a couple of them. I think those were two, then one of them died, so sad. Oh, that's from earlier. Let's see who else I have in here. I have, from Sacred Stones especially.
Do you have like Ephraim or Rika or Seth or anyone?
I don't have Ephraim. I should have Seth and Arika. Not in 5 stars and not at 40, so they're not gonna have all their stuff. Here's Null. Null break.
No break.
Null break.
There are as many truths in the world as there are people to tell them. Speaks to you.
Look at him. Ugh, handsome.
I like how magic
Said
users...
that time flows like a river. Does it follow that you can read that flow?
I like
Each
how...
ripple, every wave.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt him. I like how magic users always have to be the most mysterious, ominous sounding people ever.
And he's a dark magic user, so you know.
So you have to just amp it up a little.
I was branded a traitor and arrested. I was just one day from execution.
And we rescued him. Unless you were like someone
Which is
else
so
who killed him.
sad because he was Lion's like best friend besides Ephraim, or like
Yeah.
one of his like.
Literally, he
greatest
kind of
users.
was just gave up on life, and then Ephraim's like, "Hey, well, if you're gonna throw away your life anyway, you might as well join me." Which is also how you get Camilla in Revelations.
Honestly, there's the mist I pulled earlier. So now I guess I have another 5-star healer.
It was a Valentine's Day event.
Oh, is she? No, she's not. Is she a healer?
No, she's a green unit.
Oh, I have so many green units. Because Fallen Lion's a green unit, so I use him. I'm not gonna use. I mean, I probably will because she's good.
She's mounted, so you know that.
Yeah, she can move. She can move, and she's 5 stars. That's good.
Okay. Serene. Merv. Lissa.
What do I have?
There's go. Oh, we got Lynn. That's new.
I can just do this. Do I
Where's
have
Lynn?
Origin?
What is the thing that you have to say about Warriors Lynn?
The boob physics are unreal. When it comes to
She
Warriors
has
Lynn,
amazing boob physics.
we've said this many times. The shading in that game, I don't know why they said everyone else be normal, and then when it comes to Lynn, let's just change the shading style so it makes your boobs look absolutely ginormous. And then we're gonna have you run around, and then they're just gonna go woo 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 woo. I'm like,
especially because all of her moves have a lot of sudden jerks.
She's a swords person who's running, which means you use up a lot of calories, which means you can't have a high body fat percentage, and these great airbags chilling on your sternum are made out of fat.
Fun fact.
So you have no fat on your body, hence a skinny sword-wielding person who has to be fast and light on their feet. Therefore, you can't have a lot of counterweight up top.
It's also a matter of the fact that she has the best boob physics out of any other female in the game.
They did what to Lynn? Yeah, buddy. Boom. Big girl.
Well, it's more the fact that you can watch her. You can literally watch every shift of movement.
It's like
every stop.
It starts from her game, and then all of a sudden she's like this. It's like those things you see, and all of a sudden people discovered her, and we're like, we like this girl. So they're like, it's kind of like how everyone like Ike became the face of Fire Emblem kind of thing, or like Crown became the face of this. Like she was like here, and everyone was like, Lynn is cool, and they're like, oh, she's important. And now then they're like, boobs, and then all of a sudden everyone loved her because they're like. Well, everyone started loving Lynn, and then they started like increasing her boob size proportional to the amount of people started loving her.
And that's the thing that's
and
weird.
then it just like spiked out of nowhere. She
Warriors,
literally was like,
because Camilla's in that game too. She doesn't have as great as boob physics
which
as Lynn does.
Interesting because Camilla's part of her character is her boobs. A big part of her physical appearance, which belays her motherly personality, is the fact that everything's out there. No pants, no shirt, boobs out, butt out. And still, they're like, Lynn's like, actually, hey, it's me, Lynn, your sword wheeler. Say, Camille. Maybe I should probably. Yeah, it's
the end of days.
It's definitely a rough.
It's a weird thing.
Moment.
I think this is Natasha level in her class up because who else would look like that? I'm pretty sure that would be Natasha as a bishop because bishops have those weird hats.
Yes, I don't know what
the
that
holographic for this one is Marth and his upgraded class in Warriors.
So I don't have a ton of all of my units. Like these 2 rows are just like all of the Sacred Stones people I have. I have Ross. I pulled Erika. Oh, I do. I have Erika, Ross, Fallen Lion, Valter, 3 Gnolls. 1 second. 3 Gnolls, Natasha, and 2 different Joshes
and a large hill.
Yeah, 3 Gnolls, all have Tenties, and then Watcher Isle. So you can give them some voice lines while I sort these bad boys out.
The cards.
No, you don't. You'll be fine. Just give us some Erika lines while I just put these away really fast, then I'll take it. Lynn looks okay in this one because her boobs look normal again. In the game, I don't know.
It's not bad to have boobs. It's just why was her boob
As
physics
a
so
woman
intense?
who struggles with that daily myself, I'm gonna say it'll be very hard to swing around a sword when you. Homie, I can't even set a volleyball anymore. I used to play volleyball as a kid. It's very hard to do this. When you gotta like. You know?
It'd be easier to tell you weren't wearing a black shirt.
It would be, and if I wasn't wearing a very compression heavy sports bra.
Are we still counting as family friendly?
This is family friendly, we even swore. The fact that the design change doesn't fit her character. Yeah, because she's supposed to be wearing this very sleek outfit.
It's more she's a noble woman of the plains and has, like, you know, toughest nails and stuff like that. It doesn't feel right for her character.
Mm-hmm. Here's some voice lines from Erika.
I am grateful for your kindness. Ah! Oh, no more of that. You'll vex me. It's best to resolve conflict without fighting, when possible.
So she's essentially what she sounds like is an anime protagonist. She very much like her voice just comes off very much like she's a protagonist of an anime.
Ah! Oh, no more of that. You'll vex me. I am grateful for your kindness.
It's probably because you only have her 3 stars.
I don't have a lot of lines unlocked for her because I do only have her for 3 stars.
Okay, we got Loot. That's her non-holographic one. We have Liana upgraded. Pretty cool. That guy again. Whoever that guy is. Another one, Anna.
I was reading that comment.
We'll read the comment out loud.
It says I would get writing focused in that I couldn't care about what you do to a character as long as it fits for their character arc. So like they can get writing something differently or writing boobs in or writing boobs out if it fits their character. For her, I just think it does make sense. If she was here's the thing. If she was a mounted unit, I think that would make more sense. Because you're not cardio all the time. You're using muscles
That's why
to stay
Camilla
on.
can have large boobs.
Yeah, you're using different muscles to stay on. Strength to stay on.
Yeah.
If you're a cardio person, meaning typically an infantry unit.
Yeah, then I didn't realize that, like, if you were riding a dragon and hefting around axe, you probably have intense thighs and biceps.
You have giant arms. You get. I'm so
I definitely think that she
so
could.
freaking huge.
I definitely think she could beat Xander in like a wrestling match, like an arm wrestling match, and it wouldn't just be because
Very educational stream. You're welcome.
it wouldn't just be because he's trying to go easy on his sister. I'm like, no, I think she could really like arm wrestle.
I think she could. Yeah, I
because
think
she's
she could
wielding the
tackle.
heavier weapon.
Yeah, she's a very strong. If she's riding a dragon, which is harder to ride than a horse, because you take a horse and then you also make it do this because it's in the air.
Yeah.
You also make it do.
Do you see how much?
whoop-de-loops.
Do you see how much her dragon is attacking in Warriors? It's not the Pegasus are usually just ramming forward or spinning around. Hers is like and just hit it and hit it and hit it, and the tail's in there and the
It's
head's in
pretty-
there, and I'm just like,
Pretty intense.
Okay.
Yeah, because
the dragon is a secondary weapon.
even if you're an infantry unit and you're like an axe wielder who is more stationary, or you're an archer, or you're a magic user, it makes more sense because you're not running as much. My concern is the fact that they put her on. She's a swords person, and swords person are the most physically active out of all infantry units, in my opinion. Because when you watch, especially the older sprites in their games and Secret Stones, they're doing a lot of like the fast movements. And they're fast units, which implies that they're fast, light on their feet, quick, all that good stuff. So giving her that sort of appearance just doesn't sit well with me, because you could choose any other infantry unit or mounted unit, and it would make more sense. Or armored unit. Armored unit would make the most sense.
There are female armored units.
But having her be a swords wielder is the only one I'm like, I really can't justify hunkin' bazongas on you, my girl.
So you know these people?
This is Leon upgraded?
Yep.
He looks good.
Yes.
And that's, ooh, I recognize him. Ooh, I recognize his headband.
Let the memories flow.
I keep thinking of someone else's name that's not his, because I know who the other guy is, but...
Can you tell me who? No, I can tell you that you're at least in the ballpark.
No, I was thinking Merrick, but I know Merrick is the green one.
Yeah.
Give me the first letter.
S.
Sayla.
Yeah.
Yo! I'm so smart.
She's a sword. I meant to. She's taking even more action.
Go
than
up
you
a
should.
few messages.
Oh, sorry. What?
She's not a sword unit.
She's
Like,
probably switched. No, she's just. Yeah, she is a sword unit.
real sword.
In fact, we can show you the card. She has a sword.
I only know that because she is in the traditional old-timey swordsmaster garb, where it's the straight down with the slit on the leg. Most swords unit have it in the older games. Joshua wears it. Navarra wears it. Lynn
It's a
wears
common
it.
thing in
It's
Myrmidons.
typically Myrmidons and two swordsmasters typically has that. They even continue that actually a little bit in the Tellius series. Mia's outfits are reminiscent of that, with the long skirt with the slits in the legs, long queue and Awakening. They cut off the front, but they keep it long in the back. Hannah's and Fates, long in the back. Like they typically keep that garb, so that's where it just is in my brain.
Because she had a level change class in Warriors.
In Heroes, there's one sheet that I'm using that's like an allies. You can borrow other allies here.
It's
She has
just
something
murdering
called a
everyone?
feather sword. That's essentially, she has it, and essentially it's like, if you are a unit and you can move and or have a weapon, I can kill you instantly. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot for me. But the problem is, if someone even looks at her, she'll die. She's very, very like defensively weak, but offensively,
Well,
her weapon is literally effective against
Summer
everything,
Violet's
and
the same
she
way.
can attack
She's a
before
nuke if she hits you first, but you hit her first, she's not gonna last very long.
because her skill is, if you go into battle, and she has greater than
Go to
75
battle,
HP,
the other person just dies.
or it's like if you're using this, you're this type of unit, or I have more than 75% HP, I can kill you. I can hit you twice first. I was like, whoa.
So, our holograph for this one was Larchel, Latrell, whatever.
Rachel. Rachel. Can you marry Leon, or is he just gay?
I don't know.
I would love that if you couldn't marry him
I
because
wish I
he
had
was
the
in love
answers
with
for you,
someone
but I
else.
did not beat that game.
I want them to give more gay
Go back and do
characters.
that.
So
So
we
this-
had
the
I think
guy
it's
with
way
the
more
cake
fun.
again, Faye.
Leave Crom there because I am in love with him. her special ability is automatically win. Pretty much. But it's interesting because I know I see Seth. Seth, my guy!
Best paladin in like Fire Emblem history. I love Seth. Because he's just, the way that his stats are spread and the fact that he's in Sacred Stones, he's OP as all
I
heck.
really thought I had a Seth, but I don't.
And they just completely nerfed him in Heroes.
this
and
game-
it hurts so much.
Yeah, in this game it was weird because they were like, hey, we understand that you are really strong and you use a lance, and lance is your thing. But what if we give you a sword and also the worst sword we can offer?
Yeah, it's a ruby sword, which means that essentially you're just more effective against
Green
axes and
units.
worst against like blue ones.
Blue
It's like,
units. So you're like, okay, so not only are you going to be weak, you're going to be double weak against people? Yeah,
It's
it
just-
doesn't make any sense.
well, and also they didn't like most units have like a certain lean to what they're supposed to be doing.
It's
His-
okay, they got married anyway, so no worries. Don't worry about it.
Still angry about it, but no worries. Well, you only had to keep him alive because Eureka you can't kill without losing the game. You literally only had to keep him alive,
Oh,
and
that's
if you
funny.
kill him, then you really have some issues.
Yeah.
If you can kill Seth, then you're not paying attention. I'm sorry, he's just really, really good.
Yeah.
Some people have literally made jokes of playing hard mode with just giving him a bunch of javelins and letting him kill everything. And you killed Seth, and you really had an issue.
Did you kill Seth? You
I don't
did.
I don't think you overestimated his strength. I
You
think you
killed him?
overestimated your ability for strategy.
Seth is like the next Sala, where you're sitting there like, all right, go die, and he's like, actually, I think I'm gonna stay unconverted and actually kick everyone to death.
That
Instead
was
of turning
funny.
into my beast form
That
and
was
killing
funny.
everyone as a giant raven, I'm gonna stay as a human-looking thing with wings, and I'm just gonna kick you. That's one of my things I do love about Tellius, is that everything could kick things and punch things. The healers did back into whacked you with the staff.
all the birds,
All the birds
kicked you,
kicked
except
you.
for Tyron. He punched people because he's awesome.
Tyron
He's the
slapped.
only one who punched
Tyron-
people because he has better fists.
So cool. Yeah,
Literal pirate.
I just love that things that in other games are completely useless and helpless and, oh, I'm so weak, I can attack my healer. They're like, no, I'm gonna do freaking jujitsu and then shove this step so far up your butthole it comes out your face. And you're like, whoa. Soren with the staff, chill please. Because you could also give your healers,
yeah, we
you
tried
could
to
give your magic users staffs.
We should
'cause
play.
duh.
I think we need to play Path of Radiance just to revisit our days of trying to kill Soren in every way possible. And he kept surviving, except for when then we tried to actually complete the level like normal, and he would
And then
die
he
within
died.
a turn. And we're
It
just
was like somebody.
why?
It's whenever somebody
evil
else
character.
died first, then we would kill everyone.
kill
off
everyone
before
else,
we
and
reset,
Soren is always
just to
last one
see
to
their
go.
death lines, and then we have to try then you have to try and kill the Beast Kings, and they're just like, actually,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna sit like this too. I'm gonna be flying in the air, sitting like this, and I'm gonna kick you in the crotch
Oh,
from the sky.
You can shift the Lion King, and he would still not take damage. He's just like,
Did he punch people?
yeah,
He looks like a puncher.
yeah, he's a puncher. But that's the thing is that like, it's more like there are characters that you don't expect will die because they're tough. Like trying to kill Harp, I'm like, Soren's a mage. Why was it so hard to kill him sometimes?
And the rest of the time, far too easy.
Yeah, but I still remember the good old days. Like originally we did do it just to everyone to see their voice lines, but then it kind of became a game with Soren just because like when he's an art sage and he can use a staff.
When
He killed 3 berserkers with the staff.
in his third class, we gave him a staff, which all you can do is
Staff.
just ting,
It does like 4
Ting.
damage,
ting, and homie would just backflip, pow, concussion.
and he
Backflip,
because
wow, contusion to
he
the
could
neck.
get criticals and adept, so he could hit more than twice a turn.
So homie was pulling 5 attacks a turn.
And it was just like
Attack. He go critical, adept on the second adept, critical, adept, final attack.
and it was worse. You gave him a tome because then he could pull flare.
Yeah.
So, like things just didn't survive if they went.
Let's
He
be
gave him
real.
a win tome the entire game because he didn't need anything stronger than that.
Radiant Dawn, for all of its many story flaws, gameplay, ooh, spicy fresh. Animations, it's like the old Pokemon games when you had they come out and they had individual calls, individual attacks, individual deaths. Yep. Back in the day, like Coliseum, I think Battle Revolution was the last one they had those in. The old 3D animated sprites before they brought the main games up to 3D sprites. That's what Radiant Dawn feels like for me. It's like very much like,
And I will break him to address the chat. No, that's actually a false thing to think about. Soren is a wild card. Do not expect him to live.
no,
'cause he will
Soren
die.
will die.
Expect him to die, and maybe
Mhm.
he will live.
Here's the thing. He is a
Very-
magic unit, So if you come up to him and say, "Here's your sword, honey," ding, he's dead. If Shinon looks at him and goes, "Oh, here, boop," he's dead. You know, he is a magic unit.
He will dodge, and he does have HP, but you have to be careful. He's a mage.
We have to clarify the way that he was, in this scenario, 3rd class. So, normal games only take to 2nd class. Radiant Dawn, because
That's
it's
like
a sequel. Yeah, because it's a sequel, it takes your original units and you can 3rd class them. So you can take them 20, 20, 20 again. So he's in his 3rd class. And this is near end game. So he's upper levels of his 3rd class. And which means
interesting cards when
he has, you know, strength, and he's got high magic, and he's got credible skill. So he's always ding ding ding, you killing people. Early game, even mid game, he is still a magic unit, so he can still get
treat
killed
him like
easily.
a mage. Well, the issue for instance, the area that we had issues with was like the Ravens because they are fast, so he couldn't double them.
That's his trick, is because he's a wind user. It also helps with his tome. Ileana's a thunder user, so she's more defensive, but she's slow. She's stronger, defensiver,
but there's not
but
anything.
she's slow. Soren is fast, but he doesn't. No defense. Fast with high skill, which means he can dodge a lot and pull criticals a lot. When you're coming with Ravens, who are also fast with very high crit rates, he's met his match.
He can take like 2 hits and he'll go down.
Yeah,
but that's expected. It's one of those. That's why that's why we have fun, because he's like, this is a mage who should not be dying this difficultly. They should go on way easier, because that's how a lot of mages are. They're built like glass cannons. And also the fact is, Soren uses wind magic. That's effective against flying units. There's way more flying units in the game than there'll be beast units or dragon units, which are what you have for fire and thunder magic. So it's like, that's the other reason he's useful. His is just going to be effective against people much more often.
Yeah, because you have 2 entire races made up of flyers, and then obviously Pegasi, and then Falcon Knights, and any sort of winged dragon, Wyvern Knights, lots of those, because you're going against a holy country. So they're gonna have Pegasi, lots of Pegasi, and then you're going against
the other one is the evil country that has the dragons.
So you're going.
He's always effective.
You're going against a lot of winged units, so that's why it's helpful. I think Thunder is effective against dragon shifters.
Well, actually, it is effective against dragons in the first one. Dragons had it rough in Path to Radiance.
Yeah, it's just like when they brought fairy types in for dragons and Pokemon, and they're all of a sudden like,
because then they changed it in Radiant Dawn, where like they were still weak to arrows, but they also had hecka high defense. So it was kind of like, it hurts. It's not gonna kill you. It just hurts.
One thing I can say about Heroes too, because they remind me of arrows. Shinon in Heroes will just look at you and kill you. I'm coming up. I have Camilla, so her skill means nobody can counterattack. He looks her in the eyes and he says, "I take your skill and I raise it." So he'll kill her because he can negate her skill.
Follow-up, I believe.
He can negate her skill, which negates his follow-up attack. And when even I use my stronger archer against him, he can kill me because
That's just got such a great design. I'm like, as far as paladins go, it's simple, but it's unique, and it gives away immediately that he's of a high stature. I like that.
Oh look, it's Darius when he's not evil. Aww. I love Darius, not evil Darius.
He's a cool guy. Like mine.
I'm glad that he survived.
So this is the other half of Berkut's fallen unit, so I'm assuming this is...
So this is his wife, I guess? Or his girlfriend?
I don't know. I just know in his fallen unit, it's him, and then he has some flaming lady on his shoulder. So I'm assuming that's who this is. I don't know what happened exactly.
Yeah.
I guess I'll find out when I get... Okay,
you know it's her because her hair is very distinct.
This stream. I need to be Echoes, she needs to be Awakening, and we need to play Path of Radiance again. Oh, this is TK Warriors, because when she's not shifted, she just punches people.
And she goes, "That was a close one."
It's the British accent that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't know much about her.
Remember at some point you were imitating an accent you didn't know where it was from? Like, that's Tiki from Warriors. Like, you're really? Yeah.
You're watching like a bunch of British stuff, and I thought it was like something.
You thought you were talking about, like, nope, it's Warriors.
It's just Tiki from Warriors. Yeah, Tiki's okay. She's not one of my favorite dragons, I can say.
She's better when she's grown up.
Who dis?
You remember him? We named him a dragonfly. This guy.
Randolph?
Close.
No, that's the cat unit from Ran. It starts with an R, right?
It does. You're on the right track. Ran is the first part, yes. Choose a vowel and go with it.
A.
Yes.
R-E-A-N.
No.
L
No.
U.
No.
3 vowels in a row. Give me a hint. What's the next
I
letter?
gave you everything.
What's the next letter?
You can just keep guessing.
R-E-A-R-S.
R-E-N-N-A.
R-E-N. I said R-E-A, and you said yes. R-E-N-N.
I thought you already said, because you said Ren, A.
Oh.
You can keep track of your own thoughts.
Renesis.
You need something while we're doing this?
No, it's just kind of see how you guys
Just
do
gonna
it.
bother us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Renegade.
Renegade.
Whoa.
You only have one more letter, really.
Can you put this in the freezer when you go back upstairs?
Rena.
You literally have one more letter.
Rena. Renu.
No, I mean, like, it's not Rena.
Renny.
No.
Renu.
No.
Renan.
Renin.
No.
Ren.
Just guess letters.
Renif.
No.
Rent.
No.
Does it say on the card?
It's in Japanese.
In Japanese, yeah, you gotta be Japanese to real of you. Stupid head.
A third player has appeared yet. Here.
You knocked our light out of the way.
This is the third player.
It's our other sister. She smells bad.
I'm the only one in this room who's taking a shower.
I took a shower earlier.
I
Not
took
since-
one like an
It does
hour
still
ago.
smell like bug spray.
Not since waiting on bug spray.
You can't keep leaning over my shoulder, though.
Ren. Renz.
No.
Renny.
You already know
Ren.
everything but the last letter.
R-E-N.
R-E-N-N-A.
Renna. I said Renna. You did R-E-N-N-A-S.
No.
F.
No.
R. T.
No.
M.
No.
I.
No.
B.
No.
Where was
Red
that?
X. Oh, I opened this.
Renna.
guessing things.
R-E-N-N-A. What other letters I left? K. Renna.
Yes.
Yes, a C. First try.
That's like Batman in the Lego movies where he throws 1,000 batarangs, and when one hits, he's like, yeah, first try.
Rennack. Rennack.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was so funny. I dropped the card.
I knew that on the first try.
You know where he's from?
Sacred Stones.
Like what he does.
He's a thief, obviously. He's got keys.
Clearly, who is he paired up with?
Renaka.
Cormac?
That's not even right.
That's from Sacred Stones, isn't it?
Cormag.
I said
Not Cormac.
I said Cormag. Where's Cormac from?
I don't know. It's a character I made
Corey
once.
in the house.
You wouldn't recognize him because you never got him. Okay,
turn
you're
it off. Get out of here, you
You're
scrub.
ruining our stream.
I'm so sorry.
What?
Yes.
Is he the thief I failed to
Among
recruit?
many things, yes.
Yes. This guy is. He is. I only recognize him as a My Little Pet Shop Dragonfly because that's what we named
He's one of the people.
this guy after.
He's one of the people that there's a way to get him, and I told you the strategy, but you didn't listen to it, so I can't do
You
pity.
cornered him, right?
Yeah. You just gotta block his route.
That's stupid. Just
Oh,
do that.
that's the reason. You know the reason why you couldn't recruit him is because you didn't have the person that can recruit him. You killed her.
Oh, so it's a girl. Eureka.
How can you go in the game?
Natasha. It's Natasha,
Why
right?
would it be Natasha?
She can recruit everyone.
She can't.
She's
She's
so
connected
nice.
to Joshua, and that's it.
What are other girls in that game? Amelia?
No.
What's another girl?
Although the
Vanessa?
holographic, no holographic. Why are you guessing these people? Holographic we got. It wasn't.
You
Amelia.
said somebody who attached to him, huh?
Yeah, there's someone who he worked for. He's a mercenary.
For. Who's a girl?
Yes.
Ursula. Is that from
Yeah.
that game? I see her in Heroes. I don't know where she's from.
No, that's from Roy's game.
Who? They don't run the Black Fang in that game. That's a different game.
That's the place in sword.
Thief
Why are you
and-
naming all those different things?
thief group in that game. Call.
There's no thief group.
Oh. It's the underground group called in that game. Here's how my brain works. I know the Black Fang. I assume every thief works for the Black Fang. You know, what's
Black Fang.
Vigil, what's his name?
Legolas, and he's
Legolas?
from Blazing Sword.
He's from Path of Radiance, and Volk is from Volk is from the same game, and they're best friends probably. I don't know. Everyone goes from the same. Who does he work for? Give me a hint. Lara Archero.
Yes.
Really?
Why is it that hard?
So good at
He's
this.
the counterpart of
I'm so-
Dozla.
I'm so smart.
And he tries to run off many times, and he's super lazy, but he used to be a merchant, now he's a thief. It's Amelia.
Why didn't he stay a merchant? He started making bank.
He got kicked out, essentially.
Oh, nice.
That happens.
Joshua Part 2. Wanted to go on my
And?
wall. Oh, Natasha together. Okay, we'll just leave them there. Best friends. We're all still married.
When I say best friends, assume I mean they're in love. Whenever I say best friends, I don't mean to that extent. You're gonna say it at some point where I'm gonna be like, okay. Generally, when I say best friends, I am implying romantic things, but I may not know I'm implying it or not.
Oh, there is our other boy.
From
The best big brother
In
man. Oh, look, together, friends.
nice. This one's
Those are best friends, just regular friends.
That's what I'm saying.
When I say friends, I mean friends. If
See,
I'm
we
saying,
already ran into it. We haven't gone through one pack.
if I'm saying best friends, I will then clarify with in relationship.
Sword. Yana. Oh, and here's a. That's actually neat. Look, not bad. I like that.
No, it's signed.
Yeah.
Rowan, put it in the camera, dude. You're like out here, like, hey guys, look at this. Look
I'm
at
not used to the
this.
fact that
It's
your
like
thing's
that.
all the way over here.
Yeah, it's because it's set up differently this time.
That's cool though. It looks good. We have a lot of pairs here because we like have them two siblings, them two married.
Yeah, they are. Married forever, and I love them like that. Boop. Boop.
Laurie P's here. We got Vanessa, Natasha again, Amelia, Lynn, Cake Girl, Ephraim, Forsyth, Ross.
Days are going so fast!
Because those are all repeats.
My foot's asleep, but I can't focus.
And then we got doing some sort of special sword attack, I think. It's hard to tell.
My foot is asleep and it hurts. Oh.
Then stretch it or something.
Oh, it's like pins and needles coming back. You can't really see. He's very shy. He reminds me of the Tokyo Mirage Sessions guy. Just because he's blue.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
So we got Joshua,
Oh, you meant like
Silicon.
ready. No, I'm not.
Garrick,
Oh, my foot's asleep.
Ember, and Rowan, that girl again, Faye, Rika, Rowan.
Yeah, baby! We got myself a lion with
Also,
the Demon King!
I like the dark thing and the red on his robes. That's nice.
I think he's interesting as a unit because
You can hold that. You can have
in
your-
the old games, you know, like obviously the dark magic user and magic users too, like especially dark magic users, they were like so heavy and bulky. So I really like that as a magic user, he has a lot of armor on him. And he's a bulkier looking unit because I think it makes it just interesting. It makes it different than a lot of, especially now, like dark mages are all naked. They're like,
I know.
I do
when did
dark magic.
Oh, yeah, I was talking
I'll
to
tell you.
Spot earlier about this, and that's why I was saying like dark magic users have a very different connotation depending on where you look at them.
Yeah, because like Noel in this
Past
game.
Awakening, it's completely bikinis. Before Awakening, just thick robes where you can only see their eyes.
Yeah, I was like, because Noel in this game is like, he's one of those units, it's like robe, igloo, row on top of the igloo, and then that's his outfit.
He's in there somewhere.
Yeah. And that's what Lion is too, because it's just their...
That's how dark mages were. Even
And
female
the
dark
Demon
mages.
King, so this looks a little bit like the Lion I have in Heroes. The one in Heroes has actually less armor. Most of his armor is taken off or broken off because he's possessed.
But like the one, Sophia, I think it was, who's in the Nambada Prophet, she's a dark mage. Still has the heavy robes.
Mm-hmm.
Why they made the sudden jump with, like, the people in Awakening, and they were like, if you're a female dark mage, you cannot wear any clothes.
You're naked!
You get cape. That's as much as we're gonna give you.
And then they made Odin in face, and they're like, hey, he's mostly naked. And you can make Leo that. I'm like, I feel like this is wrong.
That's why I was saying that when they're saying, like, Camilla's not wearing anything. I'm like, well, technically speaking, she's a dark mage, so she could be wearing way less.
Yeah, she's just...
She's half Wyvern Rider, so at
you're-
least she has something.
Yeah, you're mad because most of her stuff isn't see-through. And that's just okay.
Yeah, it reminds me of the beach banner they had in Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see anyone in more of bikini, you can see everyone.
Yeah, if you want to get anyone more naked.
Yep, censorship on that one, that's for sure. I'm not even naming because I'm like, we already
Girl,
have
we're
all
doing
this
speed run.
Oh, there's not even
Speed
new, so
run.
that's why it's going through. And this is Lynn from Warriors,
Oh, different Lynn.
because she's upgraded.
So this one you can see how they were like, hey, your boobs got bigger just from your first freaking Warriors card to your second Warriors card. If she wants to be a mounted unit that wields a bow and arrow, like Wrath,
She can use a bow. She
do
has
it.
mounted.
Yeah. Well, in one of her legendary forms in Heroes, she's mounted and she's a bow user. Okay, then it makes sense why you would grow a little bit bulkier, because you'd use different muscles to ride a horse than you do to have to run along the ground wielding swords.
So
If
horses
she wants
are
to be
indicative of boob growth.
There's probably a scientific study. I might do it if there's not.
Wait, to grow boobs or lose boobs?
Grow them.
Okay.
But you have to be coming from an intense infantry allied athlete.
I'm not sure that sentence made sense, but okay.
Me neither. Is that all of them? Oh, no, we have
got
more.
one. So we got Kron,
Marry me.
Seth.
Cool.
I think he gets a little higher than cool. Marry her.
Her being
I was looking for maybe an awesome or something. There's Serene,
Yeah.
Faye,
Yeah.
Cake Dude,
Mm.
Darius,
Cool.
Dezla. He's the one who's paired up with Raynak. Don't you remember that?
Nope.
That guy,
This guy.
Vanessa,
Cool.
and Liana. So we now have the
She looks
we have a special version of her and her brother. I like having complete sets.
Yeah, for him, we have him, his is signed.
It's cool. That's the whole thing. We did it.
That's our packs, baby. So let's look at our final guys.
Good.
Here's our Sacred Stones stack. Sacred Stones stack.
Just I'll give for comparison.
Yeah. So that's probably like 100 cards, probably.
Probably.
This is our.
I get to sort these all later.
Yes, just here you go.
These are the extra characters. So
Those are the Warriors cards. That's probably not that many. That's not too many. And here is the Echoes group,
So definitely we got the most Sacred Stones people.
which is good.
Actually, that's great. That's our favorite game. So
It's the one we wanted.
when we want.
Yeah. Ooh, 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 honey. So while we're on here, I guess we're just we're hanging out because we're probably gonna close out soon. We weren't planning to go super long today because it's just been a really long day.
We've been hiking, and in case you haven't heard,
We
we
had
went
fun.
hiking. We had fun, but it was tiring, and we've not done anything.
A long
since
drive there and back.
I was gonna work on things, and I should be working on things, but I'm almost kind of like,
And I still have to shower because I still smell like bug spray.
I'm
Just
debating
good.
if I'm going to at this point or not because we got exercise tomorrow.
You can always just wipe down. What's the exercise day tomorrow? Oh, hard labor.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, we start with legs. Okay, good. So while we're winding out, we're thinking about some of our next games we were playing and wanted to get any feedback from anyone or any lurkers who wants to just pop in and be like, hey,
That'd be
just
cool.
lurking. That's cool too if you don't want to. Like, I'm not gonna force you to stretch you out. I appreciate you being here either way.
We
But you want to
appreciate
know if you had any inputs on games you wanted to see us play in the future, because we like to do a lot of RPGs. And the problem with RPGs is they're long.
They take a while.
A lot of them are long games, so when we start playing them, we can only play, twice a week at most, maybe 3 times
Couple
if we...
hours.
Yeah, it's like we can get onto it. We can go up to 5 hours, which is a good thing, but when you're playing a 100+ hour game, it takes a while to get it done.
It's like how it takes us a bit to do Portal even, because just like when you're going and exercising your brain for those entire 5 hours, it's like taking the SAT.
The problem is we work all day, get up early, do stuff all day, and then come in here and then start this afterwards. This is like our relaxed time. So our brains are like, we already worked all day, we're tired, beep, boop, like they're dead. So that's our thing with that. It's just, sometimes we go slower than we would if we were just doing like, an all-day Saturday video game jam. And that's the other thing here. We can't like do like an all-day, like you sit down and play video games for 14 hours kind of day because it's your day off.
We have such uncomfortable chairs. Our butts would not last that long.
Yeah, we'd have to get more comfortable chairs, but like, we would like to, and we might be able to sometime in the future, but right now we're just not at the place yet where we have it. Like, I don't think our equipment would hold up that long. Our capture card
I don't think we would
needs
hold
to
it
be
long,
reset every time we
sanity-wise.
stream, just because some of our stuff just heats up. So we're thinking about what games we like to play next. We're looking at Tokyo Mirage Sessions, hard to say.
Sharp FE Encore.
Sharp FE Encore, which is essentially the fusion between Fire Emblem and Persona. So that's going to be a great one. It's the Switch remaster. So it originally came on Wii U. We have the Switch remaster.
And then we lost the Wii U, so I actually never completed the first game.
Yeah. Either way, that's a because it is a Fire Emblem and Persona, it's got to be the length of a Fire Emblem and or a Persona. So it's gonna be a long
It
one.
definitely sits between the middle. It's not as long as Persona 5.
Persona
It's
5
definitely
is
longer than a
long
Fire
game.
Emblem game. In fact, you cannot just jump through it level to level. You do have to do daily activities.
Are you sure you want to play something? Yeah, Evie made you faint. I actually used to because I would love to do something story based. I love story based games.
It's such a cute game. Like, really, it's just like...
Well, that's what we
Because
think.
it has such a strong J-pop thing, and that has so
We
much
think it's
energy.
actually good because it is between Persona. We want to play Persona on here eventually, but Persona is
It's
very
heavy.
heavy.
Persona is heavy.
It's a long game.
We're still not done with Royal.
Yeah, we have played through we played Persona 5 3 times.
We're on the third technically.
2 times through? We played through it once in English, once in Japanese, New Game Plus in English, and now we're on Royal
Technically
in
we're on
Japanese
our-
again. So
technically
technically
we're
we're
on
on
our
our
third.
third playthrough, but we're on Royal now, and we're like 2 months away from beating it. Not in real life, 2 months away in the game. So it's it's a long one.
Assuming there isn't any
And Fire
same
Emblem is
choice.
the same thing. It's like it's so variable because sometimes you're in a cool part of the story and you're like, this is moving along and I can play this for 6 more hours. Sometimes you hit that whatever part 4 chapter 80 and you're like, this has been the longest game I've played in my life.
Well,
I'm gonna
sometimes-
die if I have to play this again.
Sometimes you hit very strong story segments. Some chapters just go one to
Persona
the next.
is very
Fire Emblem varies. It's like you
suffers from that a lot. It's like you're like, yeah, especially even in Persona 5, you're like, yeah, palace, and then you get 2 new characters and they're like, summer vacation, and then it's like 3 months of just story, which is fine if you're chilling by yourself. But on here, it's like it might just be like, oh well, we're just watching cutscenes for 6 hours.
I was thinking about like in Path of Radiance when you get into the Holy Empire, it's like the first chapter you get there, so much talking to random noble people, but actually after you get going, it's more take your task, come back, take your task, come back. Okay, never mind. So much talking again. So it's like it varies for how much that there is going in and out of each of the chapters. Some of them are just very heavy. And sometimes once you get to the actual chapter, you'll just go and be like, okay, I can get through this quickly. Or like you said, this is going to take me a few hours because I keep getting that stupid bridge level.
Which bridge level?
The one with the traps and the ballista. Hate that level.
It's a bad level.
It's not a badly designed level. It's more the fact
It's
like
a hard design. It's hard design.
well, it's more like if you aren't prepared, and if you don't know where you're going, we do. So we were fine the following ones, but it's like, yeah, if you don't know where you're going and you're not prepared, it will definitely give you trouble.
You will die.
Way harder in Path of Radiance than Rain
Yeah.
Dawn. They balance things way better in Rain Dawn. That
that's
bridge was nothing after that.
That's just looking at it and being like, our options are obviously you're free to put stuff in like our chat, our offline chat, message us on Twitter, type on like YouTube stuff.
So,
Message us wherever you find us.
we have all our videos up on YouTube, I think, except for like the most recent Portal and Rant
Like
Tunnels.
3 or 4 past ones, just because we just we work and stuff, so it's hard. If you have the games you want to play, our options right now we're thinking about is obviously we have to finish Portal 2 co-op. We're looking at 2.5 to 3-ish, maybe more hours on that game. So
Optimistically.
probably one more stream on that. We're gonna finish up Warriors. That one we can blast through pretty fast because we know that game pretty well. So that's probably just another 2 hours pending gameplay,
Yeah.
pending cutscenes and stuff. So that one's gonna be done too. And then what else do we have to finish up? Oh, we have Pokemon XG,
We're gonna
which
keep
is
working on that. It's just that's gonna be a slow one just because
it's an old game. It's an old game.
grinding.
Yeah, just run slow. So that's gonna be like if we have sometimes like maybe work ran late. Like today, work ran late. We had stuff that ran late. We're late. Might just pull out that and play that. So that's gonna be in the works. We have, like we said, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is an option. It's a newer game. We have also a lot of older games. So if there's like, if you guys have,
I'd love to play through like Bioshock or Dishonored. I
Yeah,
have
so
those two games.
if you're interested in newer games, let us know. If you're interested in older games, let us know. Like we have mid-range old, medium. Like we have like Dreamcast level old games. You want to watch
We
Dreamcast
got Nights
games?
on the original game.
Yeah, we got Dreamcast. We have
Whatever,
GameCube.
Sega Saturn.
We everything from the Dreamcast era forward.
Can you post the link to the YouTube channel in the chat, Melanie?
Yes. Let me pull it up really fast.
She'll get you handled. But so like we are. A lot of this is the reason we're doing this is also because we want to play all these games we have on our backlog catalog, but we never have time to play. So we can kind of give ourselves a reason to play these things by putting them in here. But it's like that's we want also like people who come and watch us. I mean, we want to also have things that like they enjoy seeing. You know, we don't want to go and be like, oh well, we just feel like playing mini golf this weekend. It's no, who wants to watch that? So we want to go and at least give stuff that people are going to want to see. So we want to hear people's opinions for out there. But like we are going to generally stick to probably RPGs, JRPGs, monster catchers and stuff like that. We can try new things like Ori and the Blind Forest, but we're like, that'll depend on our skill level. We're not great platformers.
That's another one where it's probably like a filler day if we need to do something.
We try that game again. We have to put it on the story mode version because I'm not going to be able to platform my way. I can't even get to the first area.
So those two links hopefully will work. The first one should be to the VOD account. The second one should be just like to the regular account.
I maintain the VOD account. She puts her personal videos in the regular account.
Well, like the regular account's just going to be like, it's not very active right now, obviously, because we're working on getting stuff up. Like we're focusing more on streaming and just doing that because it's like a little bit easier to set up right now so you don't have time to film and then sit down and edit. It's easier to just do this once at a time. That's where it's going to be more, compilation things. Like we have a Portal Death compilation in the works, that kind of thing. Like eventually, we do want that to happen. That's going to be more clips and other videos, and then the VODs channel obviously is going to be full streams. After the Portals ones go up, they will be cut by game. So you might have 2 different videos from the same day if we do 2 different games for a portion of time. Like one day we did Ori for like an hour and a half, and then we did Pokemon for like 2.5 hours. It'll be cut into those instead of just 3 hours, and because it's harder to tag that way. Yeah, but we can do hopefully those links work for you. We have a lot of options for games. It's just we don't know what people watch because we have a ton. We have a ton we want to play. Rising. I want to play. Yeah, we have a ton we want to play, but we want to know we know what the interests of like our friends watching. What you guys are thinking, like if you want to watch newer games on the Switch, or if you're like, well, I watch other streamers for that. I'd rather watch you play a GameCube game I don't have access to. Like Path of Radiance, we have Path of Radiance in the cartridge. We have it like the disc, which is it's a little bit more expensive than most other GameCube games, just because it's more of a collector's thing. Because it was,
as in just like goes for like $300.
Yeah. Depending where you find it, $300 to $500.
Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than your.
We got it at $15 about 15 years ago, so that's why it's a little bit cheaper. So like, if you want games like that, if you're like, oh well, I want to see you play through this game because it's easy and I haven't seen it. Like we were thinking, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which is a GameCube game, is a fun one because that's one of the better Sonic ones.
GameCube was our era.
Yeah, we grew up on it. So it's like we have a lot of GameCube games we can play. We have Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, 2, 3. We have some PS1 games, we just don't have the PS1 out, but I think they're compatible. We got Dreamcast, Wii U, obviously Switch. So like if there's a certain console you guys want to see, we found our Nintendo 64, so we can play 64 games. We found our Wii U too, so yeah, we found a Wii U. Like,
it's a good time.
And so see, we want to know what you guys think, and we're thinking like we want to dig into some RPGs, but we don't want to be like playing them, 6 streams in a row and have somebody be like, well, I actually hate this. Like, I'm not interested in this game at all.
Yeah, once we get into those will be time sinks. So you do want to get to them. We have them because they are going to be just intense.
Yeah, when we do them, we're going to sit down and we're probably going to play them. We might even do streams just more often depending on if we want to play more often, which means the schedule might be a little bit more inconsistent. So that's what we just want to know.
We'll try to figure this out little by little.
A couple of our homies who hang out with us. Let me put us on our face. There we go. Let me zoom us in a little. Hey. Yeah. For our homies that, and the little social bar at the bottom is the names of our accounts.
And that's not even taking into account the fact that we want to do more, talks and maybe more reactions.
Yeah. We like to do, Tuesdays. This way a little bit, you can get more. Tuesdays, alternating every other. We don't have a schedule yet, but just on Tuesdays, we want to do more talking segments, like Evie said, where we calling it Rant Tunnel. That's our pending name. Like we've done before, where we open cards sometimes, or sometimes we just sit down and we just rant about topics. So if there's certain ones you're like, hey...
Maybe last time, like, we went to talking about Hazbin Hotel, we ended up reviewing the entire show again.
Yeah, more...
It just happens.
Yeah, unplanned, just talking about... Because what happens is, which is why we want to start this, is because we... Just naturally, our dynamic is... We
just for like 30 minutes before we started.
We sit down and we talk and we just talk. That's just how it goes. We'll sit down in our room and we'll talk and we won't even know it's been 4 hours. So we figure like, well, let's just do that, but just sit down here instead. Because, we're not like, frustrated. We don't have a big camera setup. We don't have lights everywhere. So it doesn't feel like you're on camera. It just feels like we're just kind of sitting and talking, which is nice. So it's like if there's any topics you want to talk about, you're like, oh man, I just finished this, Skylanders game, and I want to rant about the.
We should talk about Skylanders.
Yeah, you're like, I want to talk about.
I'd love to talk about the whole Toys to Life.
Yeah,
series.
I was like, I want to rant about the Toys to Life product system, and I want to get it. Or maybe you're just like, I want to rant about the elemental breakdown of the game. I want to talk about character design. I want to talk about, storyline development throughout the series and why it's successful and why it isn't. Like,
we should do a comparison thing of that.
Yeah, hit us up with ideas like that, because we'll say stuff, and maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. Hopefully you are. Hopefully we can give you a little background noise when you're doing your laundry, and you just want to. I used to do that. Like when I was folding my laundry, I would put my phone up and listen to people that I could tune in and out of. I think we're very good for that. We're very good at tuning in and out of because our conversation is very 17 paths at once. Yeah, so we like to do that every couple Tuesdays. We have a couple just non-game play, I guess. The ones what I'm doing is people were just unashamedly attracted to. That one's gonna have a little PowerPoint presentation to go with it, so it's coming up in a little bit. Can't tell you, don't know when. But things like that, things that aren't necessarily strictly based on ranting about mostly Fire Emblem, because that's one we rant about a lot, because that's just the phase we're in right now. We also go through phases. It just happens this one coincides. It's taking 10 years for us to coincide on a phase. Normally we're phases of the sun and moon.
I move very quickly and she kind of just drifts.
Yeah, it's what's interesting is I move quickly too, but I move quickly inside a topic. I stay on one topic for a long time, but I move quickly inside that topic. So even if you're in it, maybe you're looking at, you're doing Fire Emblem and you're talking about Awakening. Well, I might be doing Fire Emblem, but I'm only interested in one section of characters in one part of the game from Fates. I'm very much small chunks. You're very much bigger chunks, so we never really, meet in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have kind of a together for once,
Indeed. Yes.
So that's that. Yeah, our games we're looking at are in the future. You can do stuff as BioShock if you want to see that. If you even want to see some Assassin's Creeds, you want to be instead of.
I want to play Syndicate at some point just so I can say I'm being me.
Yeah, it's even if you don't want us to go through storyline, if you're I don't want you to play Assassin's Creed, but I want you to play the exploration mode or whatever, where you go through the pyramids. Okay, let us know. I'm down to do it. Interesting. First-person shooters aren't really my thing, but if there's a certain one you guys want to see, we could do that too. If you're
open.
Yeah, it's it's really.
We will say no if we really don't want to.
We played Portal, and that's something way outside of my normal, view. I played Portal.
There was much anger during that process
Portal
too.
on a laptop, which is completely out of my gaming experience. I've never played a PC game before, and I didn't play a first-person shooter before, so that was a cool experience to have.
Really is the best fight.
Yeah, fighting GLaDOS sucked. That was so frustrating.
Not fighting her that sucks. Fighting her with a timer sucks. Fighting any boss with we should talk about the Kumar boss. Fighting any boss with a timer sucks.
I think we could have a whole I would like to have a whole rant tunnel on Haru Okamura and her entire plot, everything in Persona 5. That's a whole rant tunnel. That's easily a 6-hour conversation. Not really. It's probably a 2.5 to 3 hour. It's mostly just me being mad. But that's for later. That's for later. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
so we got that.
I think we're gonna get wrapping up for this one, so we aren't out too late, so she isn't showering too late.
Correct. I do need a shower, and she does have to go to work tomorrow because it is Tuesday, not Friday, which is weird. So we'll have you just have to remind me when it goes. I'll try to put stuff on Twitter, which is down there. It's Mad Evil TV if you want to follow that. I'm trying to post more on it, and I'll post game ideas. I'll do polls later, maybe just stuff, and be oh well, you like that? Just feel free to interact with that one. If you don't have Twitter, let us know what, if you're a big Discord person, you want us to make a Discord channel, dope. If you're hey, I really message on Instagram, you want us to make an Instagram. We're small people, we just hang out with she hangs out with her friends, I hang out with her friends that I meet through this stream, because none of my friends watch our streams, because they're not stream people. They don't do video games.
Yeah.
I'm also in a weird phase in my life where I'm moving from old friend group to new friend group because I just graduated college, so all my college friends now I'm moving to making adult friends, but it's hard because I'm in a pandemic. So I'm in that phase. So just let us know. We're open to whatever. Yeah, whatever way is easiest to talk to you guys. That'll be. Cool. Because I don't know. I like interacting with people. It's nice to know that someone's watching. It's always nice to know someone's watching. There's one of your friends out there.
Nice to have a couple of viewers, you know?
Yeah.
We value each and every one of you, even the lurker people.
Yeah, especially the lurkers. I do appreciate you guys.
Anyway, so I think we're going to be signing off for tonight. I think we've had a good time. We got many cards out of it, and I gotta go sort these.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll talk to you guys more on Friday. We'll try to be on
Same
time.
bad time,
But
same bad
no
channel.
promises. If you want to come around 7, from 7 to 7:30 about, we'll be doing our little dinner where if you're at home and you don't have anyone to eat dinner with, come eat dinner with us on Fridays.
We just sit here and eat on stream
we
and
just
talk about how
we
much
just talk
our
about our
lives are
day
going
before
on.
we start our game. So 7 to 7:30, if you need someone to hang out with, definitely come hang out and eat dinner with us, and then we'll start gaming whatever game we do on Fridays. But every Friday, 7 to 7:30, dinner time and chat, just about work, school, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I need to go shower because I smell like bug spray. She needs to go to bed because she has to work really early, and that is that.
Yep.
Feel free to check us out on
Thanks for all
YouTube
who-
and Twitter. Let us know if you want us to make a Discord. We can definitely make that. That's the easiest way to communicate. And that's that.
Thanks for showing up, guys.
Thank you, and have a very good evening.